Alright. Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is Tuesday, and Tuesdays mean Monster Rancher, and Monster Rancher means Remmie. At least for right now, that's how those things go together.
Yeah.
Very peanut butter jelly time. Alright, so last time
we discovered a brand new legendary monster never seen before that we can now raise and train called the Mochi.
Oh, those are facts.
We also had Derek make a daughter, and now we have Derek 2, also known as Quan.
There you go. Also, for those of you interested, it looks like we are streaming on Facebook again, consistently. So that's cool. It's been a while since Facebook and I have gotten along well enough to allow me to stream on it. So I'll take it. All right, so we have our yellow Power Ranger. He's level 0. Quan, named after the yellow Power Ranger. The original.
I'm kind of just looking at the Vine schedule. Alright, this is actually good to do the official one. I'm same with you. Oh, did Buttercup lose the official again?
Kind of looks like it.
Oh my god.
Looks like it, but I don't remember from last time. It's been at least a weekend. Oh, that's good. This is my first sip of tea this morning. Goes right to the fire in your gut. All right.
Apparently all those tournaments aren't for a while, so.
Have we decided? Do you remember what our build was going to be on this?
It was, again, Derek's kid. We're going to be pretty defensive. We gave him a tough gem, so the defense is already naturally pretty solid. Just got to make sure we throw some sandbags in there every now and then, too.
Wasn't like all of his attacks power attacks?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're definitely also putting in some power.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that what the sandbags are? I don't remember.
I don't know what I'm doing with this trampoline, though. Seems weird. I need a tub there. That looks pretty correct for now.
Okay.
Whew. Level 36. I love it. Alright, now we've got 9 activity points. So we can do whatever. Alright, have a screw. Delicious. I enjoy how our robots not only enjoy eating screws and candy fuel, but also enjoy bananas and potatoes.
There was a song. It's coming to mind.
I'm with you so far.
It's like I like something and bananas. But the idea is like strawberries and bananas. It's like trying to flip-flop part of the syllables in strawberries and bananas. And they talked about the things that they like and the things they didn't like. I could see where screws would fit in that song. But can you is there a way that you can flip the first half and the last half of like either screws and oil, or not really, because oil's very short, and merge those into one word? So you'd be like, I like bananas and screw-oilays.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, you just probably change the word from oil to like fuel or something. Like a canned fuel.
Anyway. So they say there's no accounting for tastes. Let's see, it's
Alright.
basically November.
I'm trying to get back into the swing of scheduling, which I feel like is kind of working, but also I feel like all these schedules I'm doing are like way too much in advance. That's okay.
When you're dealing with 5 people, 2 months in advance to get an idea of scheduling is not bad. Especially when you're like signing up for things. Like think about it in real life. Like if we're gonna go to a Magic tournament, a larger Magic tournament, you would sign up in advance.
True.
If you were to go to a Gen Con, you'd sign up in advance. So like, it's fine. Makes sense.
Oh man. There's so much scheduling. Anyway, what? You're making a face.
I was just gonna say, why don't you turn that fan on? It's already stuffy in here because extra big boy breathing.
There.
And you set it to oscillate.
Yeah.
Okay. You're the one that does that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why.
Oh,
You
because
don't want it to breathe on you all the time.
I do usually, but for... Okay, that is poorly placed for your fan. It shouldn't just be blowing into the wall.
Well, it's because I usually don't want it to oscillate. I just want it to blow on me.
Like, oscillating helps when you're trying to get air moving around, specifically the room, similar to how a ceiling fan works.
I just want it to blow. Give me a breeze.
There you go. This
I
is
don't
much
care about
more
the
like
rest
I
of the room.
wanted it to look like.
Rest, phonographed, rest. That seems like a lot of resting. You must have tournaments. Really?
He had a tournament. This double rest is probably from the previous schedule when he had a bunch going on. And he's also an old man, so we should be a bit more careful with our robot.
That's fine. Couple weeks on, week off, it's fine. Excuse me. It's not really the waking up part that's hard, although sometimes that's hard too. It's the nose stopping being a little pain in the butt. It's hard. Alright, so there's some DDO drama that I want to check on
Lovely.
while you're kind of doing things this morning.
Sure, makes sense. I'm with you.
But basically, you know that DDO's got a bunch of forums, right?
Yep, makes sense.
And your uncle Chris, or Tobrell, hey, good morning, Wood, is really good at watching the forums.
Alright, it is worth noting that the Yellow Power Ranger does not like potatoes. Anyway.
And last night, someone started kind of complaining about people putting their LFM up with their Twitch in it.
Okay.
And LFM is looking for group, right? So it can sit up there on the LFM panel for a little while you fill. But some people are setting it up where it doesn't go down. Like once they're no longer looking for people in their group, they're leaving it up as a pseudo advertisement for their Twitch stream.
Okay.
So a couple of people responded. It had grown, I think it was like 3 pages deep when I looked at it last.
Alright.
Now it looks like it's 5 or more pages deep. And I went ahead and I responded last night, and I'm just kind of curious to see how my response was basically taken. This is my response. If you just read this part out loud right here. This is someone complaining about having your Twitch chat for people to look at, or their not Twitch chat, Twitch links and other things all the time.
I am Sam Scarobo. You might know me from my years of promoting DDO and myself and such hits as DDO Cast, DDO Cocktail Hour, and my 40-plus hour week streams on Twitch.tv/Sam Scarobo and YouTube.com/Sam Scarobo. This game is small enough without trying to push out those that are trying to get more eyeballs on it. Every day I have their long conversations with random people that wander to the stream. about how great the game is, try to answer the questions, and bring them to the DDO family.
All right. So basically, what I was trying to say is my response to this guy complaining about people listing their information or whatever was to list my information. I'm like, oh, come on, guy. So anyway, I'm gonna catch up on this a little bit while Remington continues primarily playing, but I feel like it's like whatever.
Well, that's what I wanted to look at. Alright, it should be fine probably anyway. Okay. So much loading. Visiting town person. Buy 5 of your finest beefs. And money really does not feel like an object in this game. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, considering we're raising 5 monsters. People got nothing to do these days. I don't know. My days have been about the same.
Well, I think she means specifically people complaining about people putting stuff in the elephant panel.
Okay.
But
it sounds a lot like quarantine complaining to me.
It might be. I know. I honestly compared it to having a logo on a soda can or whatever. Like, do you get upset when you see somebody drinking a soda because there's a logo on that soda?
Not necessarily, no. I don't.
Well, that's the equivalent of what this guy's complaining about, is that he's opened a thing and sees somebody's ad and, like, it doesn't affect him, has no interest in affecting him. He's like, ah!
Yeah, that makes sense.
I do understand if there was like a limit and these were just filling up everything that's going on and there was no way to actually see the legitimate groups looking for people, but it's just not the case.
Alright, so I think we're going to go exploring next week.
Okay.
And do we take Buttercup or do we take Colonel Sanders? Because we're definitely taking Tesla and we're going to take Quan. So which one of these two do we bring?
Well, I feel like you have to bring Colonel Sanders.
Why is this?
Well, as the youngest of those two, he's the one that's most likely to get the most amount of value out of his leveling up. Getting more moves would grant him, give him more options over a longer lifespan.
Alrighty.
Now, granted, I don't know how much longer Buttercup's going to stick around.
He is officially old, so probably not too much longer. He's probably got less than a year on him. Same with AC.
But, like, I don't know. They were talking about monsters living to an average of 5. I feel like that's not a hard deadline. You probably have quite a bit more time.
Well, I mean, in 2 in-game weeks, we will have hit the 5-year mark.
Correct, but not for these monsters. We will hit the 5-year mark, but
Derek will have hit the 5-year mark.
Yeah, Derek would have. So for everyone that's like way low, I feel like there's got to be some that's way high. And I also know that the different monsters have different lifespans on average, but I don't recall what those are off the top of my head.
No, they're all...
I thought the plants lived like forever, basically.
That'd be fun if plants lived forever.
I don't think they actually live forever, but they live for a long-ass time.
I'm sure stuff like that exists, but I feel like most of those things would be fairly minor or hard to notice without looking into the game. Similar to how the little in-game stats exist for each of the monsters, like how golems are definitely power and defensive compared to a plant, which is bad.
I don't know, you just put that kind of stuff in...
Like, in some cases,
it's figured out over time.
Well, in some cases, it's putting 2 and 2 together, such as the golems. But in other cases, like the 3 dudes, who's gonna realize, oh yeah, the 3 dudes clearly is just like life and power all the way. It's very hard for him to do anything else. I feel like if you look at 3 small dudes working together, you think speed. At least in my brain.
I'm looking here to see if there's a lifespan average listed on the...
I just gave you food. Why are you hungry? I literally just fed you can. Did I not? Apparently I didn't. What? Okay, whatever. Get your thingamajig.
skim through the Raising Monsters data here to see if I can find the lifespan stuff. Lifespan stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure about a lot of the monsters.
Well, and they obviously changed a ton of stuff from this game to the others, so.
Well, you're resting. Are you resting? You better be resting. You're not resting. What is happening? No, bad. Double rest because you're very tired because you're old. You're like resting all the time constantly nowadays. It's probably not great. I have a sandbag. Begin trading. Nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We want to make sure that if we combine monsters, we want to try to combine monsters that are already friendly.
Already friendly.
Yeah, the better their friendship, the higher percentage of stats they get. Like it starts with 100 and then it goes to...
Oh, that's... Yeah, if we're combining monsters that are good friends with each other.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if we can find monsters that are already friendly, which is going to be hard, that means that we have to either combine things that we have or take time to make people friends.
Wow, that does not look good. I think the quality just like dipped a lot. I think it's the screen though, not...
Oh, I'm sure it's that screen for that monster.
Well, it's for all the monsters. Quality, like...
Maybe it's that
chunks.
angle. Change your angle. Yeah, it was that angle. So you just did it again.
That's weird.
It's an old game.
Fair.
Monster compatibility. Compatibility?
Phoenix likes no one.
No one.
Fish, golem, and lesbian.
But dragons, on the other hand, love literally everybody.
Dragon and literally everyone. Golem and Joker. Santas and Gaitans. Okay. Alright, anyways. Let's see. Buttercup, you're gonna do the thing. That's not Buttercup. Alright, you didn't like potatoes. Do you like cookies?
Who doesn't like cookies? That's the question. Yeah! And he's a Skyfister.
He does like cookies.
Jump Skyfister.
Alright. Proceed to the weekend. Time to adventure. We still have nowhere new to explore. Great. Alright. Sanders, Tesla, Quan. Let's hope that Sanders' lack of bulk does not get us in trouble here. None of the above matters. Your broken, very basic business rules of cross-business advertising. They're just to use the LFM panel.
I'm not a person that does this because I don't really use an LFM panel, except when I'm on the hardcore server, and also I do generally take things down when the group is full, if I do put up an LFM. But people complaining about this is just, they're just dumb.
You advertise for your business inside another business's domain. It is contingent on you to ask for permission. You should ask whatever this forum's permission is so you can talk with DDO.
Yes. Hey, Witty. Good morning. Yeah, this is a a Ripper hybrid.
Ripper Joker.
Ripper Joker hybrid for our Monster Rancher.
We're pretty much going to just be doing a lot of running around and grinding for a bit so that Quan doesn't feel left out compared to everyone else. Well, Quan's not as behind as she should be, considering she did come from Derek. He already has like 4 moves. Sanders has a turned Earth lore and has learned Hell. okay then. Huh. Mid-range life A. Riddle slice which life C. XC B. XC B. Alright. Put hell right there. What lures are Earth and Fire and Water lore? Magic. Magic is currently my best one, allegedly. Switch. Oh, okay, I can't change hell. Fire lore is crit rate, that's kind of whatever. Earth lore is a lot of guts damage and a lot of not like it. Wow, okay. No, wind is just like the best lore apparently. Alright. You enjoying this online
Sort of.
debacle?
Sort of. So, the only response is a guy saying, sorry, you already broke the rules, it doesn't matter. You're basically talking about coffee house advertising community bulletin boards to quit whiting, come watch my band, and drink coffee on all of the menus. As opposed to what this actually is, which, if to use his analogies, is wearing the coffee shop logo of, like, we have 2 coffee shops here in town, for example, right? We have Mocha's, which is a locally owned small company, and we have Starbucks, right? So it'd be as if I'm wearing a Starbucks logo at Mocha's, hanging out at Mocha's for like an hour.
Dirty communist.
Because we're having a good time hanging out at Mocha's, but I also happen to have a t-shirt company of another place out.
Dirty communist.
It's nobody's damn business what I'm wearing, but people are taking a look around for this. Hey!
Woo!
Tesla's the best.
We got more drugs that we don't use. We should probably learn how to use those.
Use them or sell them or something.
It's like they do little boosts during things, but I think they're temporary, and so my brain never thinks about it. Buttercup could probably use one of those to finally win the rank C tournament, finally. Oh yeah, this is pretty great. But I can't believe you'd wear a Starbucks shirt in Mocha's. How dare you?
How dare.
No, you need to ask Mocha's permission to wear the Starbucks shirt.
Yeah.
Clearly. I see that we have an actual number of viewers. I'm going to feel bad for all of them as we grind out these levels with the purple on.
Oh, that's fine. You just have to talk and be funny as we do it.
Well, look,
or about your life at least. Have you met any nice ladies lately?
No, but I decided that I don't like one of the ladies at work. One of my 4 bosses I've now decided I strongly dislike.
See, now this is some drama that we can get into.
So she did something that I absolutely hate, and was trying to intimidate me to do something just in general for work-related stuff, which is okay enough until she decides to offer no help to the situation as to why I was not doing the work-related thing already. So I was not wearing a mask at the time because the masks at work give really bad headaches because they're pulling your ears and you're breathing in a lot of freaking carbon dioxide or whatever the correct word is. So it causes headaches, which are not good. So when I can, also known as basically when I'm not immediately helping a resident, I'll take off my mask and I'll do something. So I was working on room trays. I got everyone's order taken and I was getting everyone's drinks sorted. So I was at a table away from everybody and I didn't have my mask on. So I was getting the drinks and stuff sorted out on the room tray. And suddenly out of nowhere, the boss comes up, pounds her fist on the table, and says, "Put on your mask." And I'm like, alright, give me a minute here. I'm gonna finish up my drink order. She's like, "No, get your mask on." I'm like, okay, fine, I guess, but I have a problem with them. They give me headaches. That's why I try not to wear them so much. And as I'm explaining this, she's already left. So all she did was pound her fist on the table, tell me to do this thing, and without providing any help as to why I don't wear my mask all the time, she just left. If it wasn't for the nurse coming by and recommending, hey, there's some new masks that we got in, and they don't give headaches as bad because they're much more flexible, and you can tie a knot and loosen it. It should help you with your headache problem. I'm like, thank you. That was helpful. You didn't just, like, order me to do a thing and not care about the consequences. Because if I get a headache at work like that, I'm not going to be able to do my job correctly. Which is not good for a boss to do. And,
some people are not good leaders. Some people are bosses.
And it very much pissed me off that she specifically pounded her desk on the table, clearly to get my attention in some way to make her appear authoritative, and then did not offer any insight or help on to how to solve this problem that it clearly had.
Yeah.
And so in general, I just got very pissed.
So, clearly, this is all acceptable. However, I'd keep in mind that her mood may also been in a poor mood for some reason. There's an old saying that shit rolls downhill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very possible that she got in some sort of trouble and so on and so forth. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, for long-term situations, try not to hold it against her too yet until there's a very large pattern of a-holiness.
That's probably fair.
I mean, it's a lesson that took me a long time to kind of learn myself, so.
Anyway, we got visited by Quinn. What are you doing, Quinn? She's just chilling on the carpet. What are you doing, you? Are you still working on the Starbucks segment?
I haven't like.
You have to think about how to put it into words.
Well, not just that, but I've been kind of
right
watching what you're doing.
actually talking to the thing, looking at the game that we're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Actually paying attention to this some. Because, especially when I'm just trying to mentally keep a rough idea of how much the gel is actually found.
Mm-hmm. We're 1-1 so far.
Yeah,
out of the
1-1
two things
so
that we
far.
found. 2 things that we were unable to search before. Forward. Oh no, he lived. Let's actually use this time and test out hell. Never mind, we missed. Let's use this time and test out hell. Okay.
I'm gonna also blow my nose again really fast.
Pretty sure Quan just learned Hyper Beam. So for a move named Hell, that was not super fun looking. Hyper Beam is a trait. Ups the power moves that use beams. Okay. Fair enough. We have Hard Head and Hyper Beam now, apparently. Weird. What is... I mean, Scissors kind of uses our head, because we have, like, the thing. What? Does that count as a head move? I don't know. Oh, okay. Nice. Ooh, oh, okay. Hell is not as cool a move as I was hoping it'd be. Remove name to hell. All we really do is
Oh no,
backflip.
that is a pretty sweet. Like it flicks them up in the air and then back down to the ground. Like that's not unsweet.
Yeah, but Kung Fui's moves are so much cooler.
Well, you can't compare things to Kung Fu.
I can when the move is named Hell, and
He's the greatest of all monsters. You can't.
Kung Fui's coolest move was just a kick. It was awesome, and it didn't even need to try to be awesome. It was great. That move is actively trying to be cool, and it doesn't do it correctly. It does not stick the landing, in my opinions. Maybe just because it doesn't last long enough. Maybe they spent more time in the air just getting murdered than it'd be cool.
Oh no, I can't spell discussion.
First off, it's D-I, not D-E.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Yep. There you go.
Okay, well that would be the only thing I misspelled then.
No, it's not. Okay. My brain is not processing the map. Okay, that was definitely not the way I thought that. Queen, what do you do? Aha, chest. I'm happy that decision. Oh, more drugs. God. Wayne has decided that she enjoys being underplayed. Thanks for wanting to shut down discussion. It is against the rules. It's true, talking about things is inherently an advertisement for it.
Yeah. Alright. Let's make sure this doesn't sound completely stupid. No, this is wearing another shop's logo on a t-shirt while hanging out in another coffee shop. No one is trying to move customers from DDO to another game or stealing sales from SSG, which is what he was comparing things to. If this is against the policy that was likely drafted before DDO was popular, before streaming DDO was popular, it should be looked at and revised due to the positive caused by sharing that's the wrong there, stream information.
Hold on a second.
Sharing.
Your spelling is making me question everything.
That's fine. I'm going to check that out anyway. The positive caused by sharing stream information. What did I question?
No, you're correct. I was actually wrong in terms of spelling that on that one.
Okay.
My
Yes.
so
1 for me, 10,749 for Remmie.
I have a very bad crippling weakness when it comes to spelling, and it is with the I before E rule. Oddly enough, considering my name is I before E.
I before E, except for whenever in the heck it feels like it.
Yeah.
And some.
That is my crippling weakness. I can never get it right. So I always spell the word like peace wrong, and I spell the there wrong apparently. Because you spelled there correctly, and my brain's just like, that's not how you spelled there, is it? And I typed it wrong on my phone. My phone's like, what are you doing? That's not how you spelled there, you idiot. And now I'm sad. Anyways.
If this is against the policy that was likely drafted before streaming video was popular, it should be looked at and revised due to the positive caused by sharing stream information in the elephant panel.
Well, that's a good way to put that kind of argument. I like that.
Discussion is how we express displeasure with the policy and act to change it. Thanks for wanting to shut down the discussion because X is against the rules.
Of course. Tesla has every search except for the water search at the moment, which is the one that I wanted.
Discussion is how we express displeasure with the policy and act to change it. Thanks for wanting to shut down discussion because X is against the rules, and you don't want to talk about X. Yeah, I think that's pretty.
Works for me. Granted, this guy will have multiple minutes to read over your thing and multiple times to figure out any flaws within your argument, so that he can point them out and exploit them and call you a bad person in names.
That's fine.
Because you are a Nazi.
Yeah, I want the people to discuss things. Also, I try not to use that hyper politically charged.
But that was his
stuff
name.
like Jamie.
But that was the scientist's name, though. He was Dr. Nazi.
Oh my god.
I was
Alright, let's see. Also, in other news. Oh, Woody has a very funny post. You'll have to read it later. Alright, so for those of you watching and sharing with us on Facebook, appreciate you. Realize it's been a while since Facebook has actually decided to let us do anything. But hopefully it looks good and it will continue to be good. I don't know, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Slowly over the course of many days. So basically what happened is I did one of the supporter music streams, which is something that I do. I used to do every month, sometimes twice a month, where basically I would play music and I would take viewer requests and stuff like that, and we'd play music. And one of the special perks if you support the stream is your music gets to go to the top of the queue. Not a big deal, right? So we had a window where like a whole bunch of oldies got played, mostly because I wanted to play them, right? So we're talking like 20s music, stuff like that, stuff that's out of the realm of copyright infringement and stuff like that. So on Facebook, that ended up creating like, I couldn't even tell you how many copyright claims on my video. And I'm like, whatever, just delete the video if you're concerned about the video being on Facebook after the fact. Just let me live stream. Look, I don't care. You know, just delete it then. If that's the problem. Well, what happened is, over the last, I don't know how long exactly, whoever's job it is to go back through like copyright infringement stuff on Facebook has actually been going through my videos. And believe it or not, every single one of them, surprisingly, like, doesn't violate the rules because I'm typically playing other games and talking over the music. Surprise.
No one will be watching a video specifically to listen to the music.
Correct. So all of the copyright stuff has been removed. So finally, but I've never stopped telling it to stream to Facebook. Like, why? It doesn't hurt. Facebook's the one saying, no, you can't, you don't have streaming privileges. So I'm like, whatever. Maybe it'll randomly turn back on. Well, yesterday it randomly turned back on.
Nice.
So we'll see how much longer it sticks around.
Ooh, white pot. Beautiful. I see a tree. Oh, okay. Wolfie's now dead. Ooh, I got 2 of those. Tesla got wind lore, and Quan got hard skin. Alright, cool. Hey. Charmed. Charmed is easier to say.
Hey, good morning, Charmed. How you doing? Hope you're doing quite well.
Gotcha. I had it. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh no, I'm playing catch up on all the social media stuff that I didn't catch up on earlier.
I would like to say this gel is awesome.
Yeah?
I mean, for its high search, it turned into a helicopter, which makes way too much sense. It failed. That's okay, because then once it came back down, it turned into a motorcycle and followed me. There we go. It's dead now. Good job, Tesla.
So again, for those of you who are missing like my DDO drama right now, that I'm kind of having an interesting time on. There's a post by Banjo174 complaining about people advertising. Remind me later. I don't want you to update tools that I currently use to play or do the stream. Why I'm streaming?
Yes.
Please, game. Otherwise I won't be able to add like sweet Samus. Samus into the chat. We want to have that. So anyway, this person is complaining about the LFM panels. People putting their Twitch URLs and stuff in there. I understand it can be quite problematic. It sits there forever and ever. If, say, like, there's 1,000 of them, but you're not. You're talking like 2, maybe 3 on a server, out of literally the possibility of putting hundreds of LFMs up that don't get used. So, to me, it's the same thing as like seeing an advertisement someplace that, like, maybe you don't want to see an advertisement, but does it really matter at the end of the day? Like, is it a major eyesore? Does it make you gouge your eyes out when you see it or something? No, it's just an inconvenient. A strength tablet.
There we go. That's something.
That's for the guy to build the thing, right?
Yep.
Sweet.
Looks like either Colonel Sanders or Tesla is about to become a lot stronger.
So, we're I'm pointing out some realities in the discussion thread here. Again, I'm not a person that actually does this. I don't put LFMs up with my Twitch in it. I don't put LFMs up hardly at all. It's mostly because of the fact that I can't control what people say or do on the stream. Which is why when people can get in the voice chat, I've kind of changed my policy and I made it now more slowly over time. They do. They definitely do. Which is why, even though you're not necessarily a forums person, maybe you are, maybe you're not, I don't know. But if you are a forum person, you should go and you should sign off on this one way or the other. Because a policy needs to be looked at, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that it should be allowed or it should be discontinued. Although, I take that back. I'm lying. I do feel like it should be allowed. Maybe it needs to be tracked in some way, or maybe it needs to be, like maybe there needs to be some sort of rules involved, or maybe you need to be, like when you do that, you need to highlight an option in the LFM panel that makes it so people can ignore it if they don't want to see stuff like that. You know, where it toggles another color or something. I get it. But my point is to the response to the guy complaining about my point of view. Is he's basically saying it doesn't matter. It's on the forums here. Let me throw out a link here. I'll put it directly. I don't know if it needs to be on the Restream for the show. So I posted it twice. Once through the Restream app, so I definitely make sure it goes to YouTube and Facebook and stuff. I presume it goes to Facebook. It should, but it does. I don't know if it does or not. And but also I want to make sure it gets to Twitch right away. So basically, I just said, hey, you know, these are some of the benefits of doing it. And I posted another guy, like reposted another guy's message that I thought did a really good job of summing up some other things I didn't want to get into. Like his post was just insane. Insanely great. But at the same time, right? At the exact same time, like, who cares? Here's a guy who supposedly has a longer response other than just complaining about it. Let me read through this. Alright, so this guy basically says that it's becoming annoying. Like, there's a point where it becomes annoying. So, when something becomes annoying, you need to ban it.
Annoying, not particularly. Over-centralizing and or polarizing, sure. So, like, if these forums became just, like, a venue for the Twitch handles, like, you would see it as, like, oh, if you're not doing this, then that's just kind of stupid. Like, this is free marketing for you. If that's how the forums are perceived, then maybe it should get banned, because that's not what the forums are supposed to be perceived as. That would make sense. But that's not what's happening, I would presume.
I mean, again, I'm under the assumption of a couple of things here that I don't necessarily want to get into right now as to what's going on, but I think that everybody should take a second, if you're a DDO person and you have an opinion on this, either find somebody else to just repost and say +1, or this, or whatever, to summarize that your opinion in one way or the other. And because otherwise there's a policy that this technically violates, right? Sure. If anybody has an LFM up after the group is full, right, you technically end up violating this policy, right? If you're doing it on purpose. It doesn't matter if it's for a guild, it doesn't matter if it's for a trade, it doesn't matter anything. And I'm a person that feels like the LFM panel is not really for that, and I get that. But at the same time, you know, it's a positive for the streamer, and the more eyeballs it gets on a person's stream is a positive for is positive for DDO, because there's more people in the stream. Oh, that's good.
I think it's 2 out of 5, I think. Well, it sounds like you have managed to express your opinions on that matter.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, these are guys just saying, hey, this needs to be shut down. And the punishment should be a ban.
Death upon your access.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, we're 2 out of 6 now. And searching's so far not a great success rate.
Here's another guy saying that I have to agree on the fact that people are being intolerant. Because that's basically what they're saying. Well, so in my opinion, if you're streaming a game like DDO, and you open that up to random people to come in, then you should let people know that you're streaming. I feel like that's just courtesy. Because a lot of people don't like being on camera, or they don't like their characters because they perceive their characters as them. I'm one of those people. Like, my character is me. If I'm going to join your LFM and you're streaming, I want to know about it in advance. Which is the same reason, like, people will ask me. They'll go, hey, Sant, like, they'll invite me to a thing, like, hey, are you streaming? I'm like, did you invite me to a thing? Because those two things go hand in hand. Like, the odds that I'm not streaming while I'm playing DDO are very, very low. You know, or other games. So, it's definitely a thing that ooh. The water, the Nissi one, those are cool looking.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Don't kill me. Don't. Oh, okay, I did nothing.
Yeah, that attack is growing on me. But, again, it's just a matter of, like, people would rather edit somebody else's choices. Like, they would rather edit my speech and my ability than just be adults and overlook speech or things that they don't like. That happens all the time. That happens non-stop. And I personally find it to be quite annoying. Here's a guy saying a lot of live streamers show different sides of their personality when live streaming ends, and their toxic personalities that are pretty common.
Gasp. People being toxic on the internet, I would never believe it.
So here's a question, for example. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that I am not the same person on stream as off stream? I'll admit that I am sometimes often tempered. Like, I don't go into, like... My language is definitely tempered.
Well, here's the thing. So, I would say you're fairly the same person. But, when you would be... Like, say that there's a circumstance to where you are not the same person. You wouldn't be streaming just at that point. Because it's based off, like, your migraines. So, like, occasionally you're a different person because you have a bit worse migraines. But if that's the case, you're not going to be streaming, just in general, because otherwise you're going to show that while you're streaming.
Right.
So
I agree.
That's where you're different, because when your head hurts, I still see you with your head hurting and stuff, and how it changes you. The people on stream do not see that part. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just mean, like
in general, yeah.
Like, I try to watch my language.
Yeah.
You know, especially during the day. Sometimes stuff slips through, but not very much. You know, but my opinions on things don't change.
No.
You know, so like, oh,
we're gonna murder this guy so
this
hard.
poor guy. It's not even fair. Oh, not even fair.
Oh, that was great.
So I don't know. I feel like this is a weird situation where people are complaining about a problem, and and they're allowed to complain about it. I want them to get their opinion voiced. But the fact that they're saying, why are you even talking about this? Because it's already been pointed out it's against the rules, is so incredibly aggravating to me. Like, we can't even discuss it.
Nope. None of that. Hate speech.
Basically.
The internet's a funny place. I don't remember using that one. Okay, that's weird. No! I want to do the thing! This one. That did nothing. Oh, that was great! Alright, I like hell a lot more now. That was great. Colonel Sanders can use 4C. Probably a new trait.
There you go. And there's the link.
What do we got? What does it do? Anticipate and dodge better. Woo! That's a buff.
Here's a person, relatively new player, started roughly 3 years ago, 50 posts on the forum, which is a lot in my opinion.
Okay.
For someone that's... I personally feel like the forums have become a pretty much a complaining ground. So if I see someone in 3 years that have reached this point, I feel like they... Oh yeah, come through, guy.
Oh, dead. Not dead.
Oh, what was the shortcut to the elephant page on the DDO? Oh, what's the LFM panel? It's P. If that's what you mean. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. So here's a guy, 3 years, right? He says, I like when people advertise their stream in the LFM. Sometimes I'll go watch, especially if it's content I'm not comfortable with. So this is a person that's voicing their opinion that they like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, by using some of this other people's logic, because it's against the rules, he should not be able to see that.
Sure.
Because they do not have the capability to ignore something they don't like.
He's spending the time doing something that he shouldn't. How dare he? Shy of the cannon has the field, Mr. Ryan the Roller. Yeah, you're just an armadillo. Oh, you look like a Joker Armadillo or Ripper Armadillo? I can't really tell. He's just purple. Bye. He's dead. There we go. Tesla's got water search. He's got all of them. Although I now figure out what to get rid of. What is Earth? We don't use Earth anymore, I think. Yeah. And we mastered Gel Crash. Alright, we got like a handful of things. Oh, we got the thing! Yes! Yes.
A motorcycle attack?
No, you didn't see it. So we got the team attack, and they used hell. So, of course, Colonel Sanders, the god he is, picked him up, slammed him into the ground, and then Tesla comes and runs him over as he got slammed to the ground after the move. And it was
saw that.
It was amazing. And I didn't know if that was a move that we had or it was a move we were going to get. And now we have the move, and I'm happy. It's great. And what's going to be even better is it's totally going to let me customize its abilities, so now it's even better.
Someone says as long as the Twitch LFMs don't have the words "Hey Dev" in them. Yeah, no, I'm just, again, rereading some of these things, and it's... Here's another guy. I'm okay with this. Are you kidding me? It's 2020. Who in the HE double hockey sticks thought we'd be playing this year? It started in 2005. It's 6 years later. As long as there's a DDO-themed podcast streaming live game event, it's okay to me. People group ups for all sorts of reasons, not just the quest. You know, that's a good thing. Like, There's people put up LFMs for fashion shows. Those should be taken down using this logic, right?
Probably, yeah.
So, that used to be a thing that happened. What about people doing?
Okay, well, we're not going this way.
Voodoo will oftentimes host trivia contests. Those use the LFM panels. Gone? He's not really looking for people. He's just advertising what he's doing. So it's not putting up the group.
But it's different because they're not annoying when they do it.
I mean, it's the same reasoning, the same policy, right?
But it's only annoying when specifically the DDO people do
Well, this is all DDO people.
it. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just kind of saying words.
I know.
Hit me. Here we go. Moment of truth.
Here's a question. Would you still be okay with this if there were 20 LFMs advertising their live streams instead of only 3?
Yes.
I feel like that would mean that there's a significantly more amount of people putting up LFMs in their group. I don't know if there's 20 DDO streamers right now. Wow, she's just dodging everything. Oh, jiggity jiggity.
Fine then. Be that way.
Well, that's a cool looking tower, but he's got to land something. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like the lighting your fart move. What? That was clearly what that was. He was lighting his farts.
Oh, what?
That thing on his butt
No.
is clearly
That
a
was-
fart container.
That was definitely not what just happened.
And he's farting, and it's propelling him forward, and he is making sparks along his hands as he moves forward to keep the farts lit.
Definitely.
And he's running into
It was
things.
definitely not what was happening.
That's 1,000% what's
very
going on.
clearly had his hand on fire and then jumped forward, and his hand was just going across the ground like a Chidori.
Because the big things, right? The big things are fart dispensers.
Mm-hmm.
So it uses the gas tank, and when he farts, it comes out of his hands. That's how you can use. How do you think he makes the fire?
What have I been doing? I have not been using Gel Smash. What? And was wrong with me? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, there we go. So, remember that super awesome motorcycle move I was happy about? Never using it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it turns out that we learned to move earlier. That's just that movement better. So, actually, really,
What's the speed? Is the speed significant?
what?
Guts cost.
Oh yeah, no, this is 32. The other one's 40. No, it's 8 guts cheaper. And
Is it just distance? No.
Nope, they're the same distance. It's 8 guts cheaper. They can both use elemental stuff. The difference is this one has a high crit rate. It has A crit compared to D crit. But this has S damage compared to A damage and is cheaper. And has the added effect of slow.
Okay.
So, yeah. The game's having some issues balancing its moves, I feel. That's fine. Monster Rancher is always kind of over and underrated certain moves, I feel. At the same time, I feel like they know that certain things are really good and they continue to do it. Like, there's no way they don't realize that Nagas were way too good for the past 5 games. I feel like they would know that the plants were bad, but maybe they don't. Alright,
I don't know.
what's up?
We're at the end of the dungeon.
Yeah, but now we're just kind of running around a little bit.
That was quick. How many levels have you gained on the new guy?
6 levels? I think he's like level
Pretty good.
7.5 now.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna get a Quan to level 8 while I'm at it, and then we'll end it there. That's pretty solid leveling. Alright, time to see this new move. Oh, never mind. Got it. There we go. Nope, I'm timid. Curses. Curses! I didn't even get to see the move. fine. Jeez. I'm gonna use, like, actual moves. But he had me pinned. Oh, and actually we're already level 8. Very cool. Yeah, it's probably more than enough for now. And they're shells.
I just don't understand this idea of clogging the LFM's panel. There's so many LFM people out there that it's an issue. I know, I wonder. I haven't even checked what my reputation is at the moment on the forums. I guess it's just not something that I've ever I've never really cared about before. Oh, never mind. It's not quite full, but it's very close.
Gasp.
Sorry.
You're okay, you're okay. You're all... Oh. And that one's okay. It is time. I think this is AC. Mermaid open.
Yeah, exactly. It just goes on and on.
Yep, alright. Come on, AC. Destroy everyone and everything.
Whew.
I eat your duck brain. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of an AC's whole thing. AC just kind of gets his counters off, which makes him way more defensively viable than everyone else, too.
Yeah.
But he's doing so well for himself. It's weird. He's a plant.
Well, my only point is, Charmed, is that if there is something that's already said that you would be wanting to say, that you just copy their post, or not copy their post, but you quote their post, the thing that you agree with, and post it. So, if no other reason, it shows people... Please don't throw my thing X's. It shows the amount of people that feel this way.
Oh my god!
He just...
Oh, we're actually not dead yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just butt blasted you.
I don't know if you're looking at these odds.
I'm seeing some of them.
Okay, cool. It's over.
But basically the idea is if you don't get a second to... Oh wow, this person doesn't think that this is the metaphor. It really is. You're going to a public space and you're sharing information.
So he said that you're wrong?
Yeah,
Or did he
this
explain?
is not the metaphor. I don't know, it's hilarious. Huh. This is very funny.
Okay.
This guy's saying if I own a business, which clearly he can't have. He doesn't have the mental capability of having a business.
Okay.
In my opinion, just from his arguments being so terrible. Again, if you see advertisement up that doesn't apply to you, you see it all the time in 1,000 ways. 1,000 ways. And you just don't don't apply it. Don't ignore it. Well, and I honestly, there's not so many. I don't think there's so many people that do this that it's an issue either. Now, again, I don't want to point names at the person who I think is the one that they're putting pictures on, but I suspect I know who they're pointing at. And you know what? If this is the secret to this particular person's viewer numbers, then good on them. I feel like let them. Just an FYI, if someone who's marketed for years and whose notable unpaid marketing mentions in the press were a point of pride, don't blank the bed by being so enamored for your purpose you forget what you're doing, where you're doing it, and who could be offended by skirting the spirit and the letter of the rules. It's what we call an unenforced error. This is a guy who's making points and arguments without even having any idea who I am or what I'm doing. I don't do this. I don't do this because I primarily solo. However, this guy has now just assumed that not only am I a frequent violator of this rule that's already in place, which I'm not, but he's also decided that I'm pooping in the bed by arguing for this.
That's true.
So, like...
Wow, that was fast.
This guy just has no idea what's going on. Also, he tells me if I'd like a bulletin board page, go and make me a bulletin board page. As opposed to essentially the bulletin board page that's looking for people, looking for group. Like, that's just a bulletin board. It just happens to be a focused bulletin board that doesn't get used. I don't know. Some people and their kids. I'm gonna get you like a little rubber ball or something that you can throw. That's so funny. I'll have to check back in with this stuff later because people are definitely. He's gonna break his on here attacking me! Ah! Ah! You're gonna lose to an eyeball zoom, and I'm gonna laugh at you. Ah!
I don't have an option here. I just lose.
No, not at this point. You're done.
Why? I missed 6 attacks in a row, man. 2 of them wouldn't even mattered.
Well, see, and this is where I honestly feel like regular people's opinions need to come in. You're like, hey, I'm a video player. I watch people stream. I don't stream myself. I think you guys are crazy by complaining about this. And I honestly feel like those are the kind of comments that need to be seen by the people at SSG. Because again, by pointing out the fact that this policy needs to be looked at and revised, if it is against the policy, should be allowed. You should be able to point out that this needs to be looked at. But people are shutting you down because they're like, no, that's against the rules. We're not even going to talk about it. Like, what? And again, I don't want to compare to other things, but there has been situations in the past where things have been declared against the rules that are very bad. What did you miss? You had to take a phone call from your son who's putting together some nightstands. Oh, man.
Ooh.
I thought at first I read one nightstands for you, and I was like, wait a minute. This is pretty cray-cray. No, Remington did some dungeon exploring. We power leveled up our new guy a little bit. He knocked out a tournament. And we've been complaining. We've been discussing the forum post about putting the Twitch links in there. In your opinion, you hate ads. I really hate them. For me, I do like the Twitch links. They're cool because I follow them. And again,
Okay, so Quan doesn't like watermelon. Got it.
maybe it's just because it's cold. He doesn't like watermelon because it's cold.
He didn't like potato either. Quan is special.
But yeah, if you see again, I've been comparing this to a logo on a pop can or a logo on a T-shirt, right? As humans,
Other people get livid for having to see Twitch links.
as humans, you see advertisement on things everywhere you go. Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Iron Man logo on my hat. There's an Iron Man logo on my shirt. There's Iron Man stuff all behind me, all around on this stream.
Oh, you got freaking logos on your playing mats, playing Magic. You got a logo on your freaking mouse pad over here. There's logos on these oils that we use that genuinely help us just like survive.
There's logos on the PlayStation.
Yes.
Like, there's advertising is everywhere. On every single thing.
Yeah, mobile gaming's a big thing too. Like, having mobile devices just with you is an advertisement because you're playing one of their devices.
You don't see those logos. Right now you don't see those logos. But if you look around your apartment, you just glance around, you're going to see probably 1,000 things that have a logo on them around your apartment.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. I've never actively looked for that kind of stuff, but after looking for it for 2 seconds, I see them all.
But we just ignore it because it's a thing. And why adults can't apply that same logic to Twitch things, I don't understand. Yes, I can appreciate having ad block to remove ads and things that are annoying. I get it, right? Like a 30-second ad. When I hit the ad button over here for Twitch, when I go to the restroom, the reason why, you can get around that kind of thing by subscribing or having an ad block, I mean, that's 30 seconds of annoying. But if you're looking at the LFM panel going, oh, sweet, what's going on? Oh, here's a group from 1 to 30. I want to join that. Like, no, you're not going to join a group that's level 1 to 30. That's ridiculous. You tell me what group is going from level 1 to 30 and that you're interested in joining. There's no way for the tantrum people to get rid of them. LOL. All of it. Yes. So generally what's people are complaining about is that on whatever server this guy happens to play on, people are putting up LFMs from 1 to 30, like whatever's going on, full status, and the Twitch person. The link to their Twitch page. And they're basically saying, hey, this is shenanigans. I don't like it. And he happened to find 2 of them that are together. One guy's level, it's level 28 to 30. Another guy's level is 28 to 30. And then a little bit later, the same guy posts another one that's, I think it's the same guy. Another one that happens to have an LFM up from level 1 to 30.
I don't see how that's bothersome. I find it hard to be perturbed by something like this.
Well, they don't want to actually signify that it works by going to their stream and advertising over there. You know what I mean? They just want to shut down speech. And maybe it's me seeing that kind of stuff everywhere.
Totally true.
Like, I'm not going to admit that when I see somebody trying to shut down speech, in general, I get pretty annoyed. And I'm a person that advocates allowing speech as much as possible. Now, if, let's say something different, there's an LFM up, like, Remington was playing another game, like, I was playing DDO, I wouldn't advertise my Twitch stream in DDO when we're playing this game, right? I come watch my son and I play a completely unrelated game. That should be shut down. I can appreciate that. But if I'm like, hey, come watch me play DDO. You know? And I'd like you to know that I'm streaming. Maybe that's fine. And again, maybe this isn't the best way to handle it. Maybe another system would be. But you have to be able to... This is the tool that they have, and they're using it the best they can. You are gross.
I know I'm gross. I'm sorry.
You are absolutely disgusting.
You gave me this terrible nose.
Yeah, but I also gave you the ability to blow your nose.
No, you really didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You were a horrible teacher. Didn't learn how to do it for years.
Because you couldn't figure out how to blow. Blow on command.
I figured it out nowadays. It still doesn't help much. Ow. Okay, that did a lot of damage. Alright, it's time to start punching.
So
things.
Nathan says there's something chasing you. You gotta get the speed. I don't know if you know there's a wolf thing chasing you when we were running around the dungeon. Oh, I'm gonna hit the like button. I don't understand. So I was watching the Twitch feed on my phone. Or not the Twitch feed, the Facebook feed on my phone. I never saw those comments coming by on my phone. I only saw them now when I refreshed Facebook. And they came up there. Very strange. They also didn't come up in the shared chat, so I'll have to figure things going on. The truth comes out, morning show, you guys. That he's disgusting, I think that's perfectly fair knowledge to discover.
I'm very gross. And I think it was 2 weeks ago, it was absolutely destroyed. Like, we tried everything we possibly could to get my nose to stop doing things. It just wouldn't work. None of it worked.
Last week the weather was really junk.
Well, if the weather is raining, typically my nose does a lot better and your nose does a lot worse. My nose, for some whatever weird reason, really likes humidity. Alright, cool. Dead. My accuracy isn't high yet. I have to rely on hitting mid-30s. After I lost 7 coin flips in a row, hit one of them finally, and then missed 6 more in a row. And they were all weighted in my favor, and I'm still salty about it. And I'll probably not be salty for the rest of the stream.
Well, just don't.
No.
Just...
It's not like I'm looking at a Twitch link and an LFM post or whatever.
Oh!
That's stupid.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
You're fighting the Green Power Ranger now.
Gasp.
Captain Planet.
Captain Plant it.
That was actually good. Give yourself 5 funny points. I laughed at that.
Should probably stay out of fire punch range. But at the same time, I can keep throwing fire punches. Okay, he's about to be moved on, so I'm gonna move over here now. Nice.
Good job, buddy. Oh no, I find this particularly to be a funny discussion. Also, look, it posted 4 days ago, right? On the 15th, it got posted. So in 4 days, it's got 3,000 views and 90 comments. So what does that tell you? That a lot of people are looking at it and are interested in the conversation, but are so disinterested that they don't feel like leaving a comment. Right?
Okay.
I don't know. I just find it to be really interesting to me. We're like now, for example, here's a completely different one. A new Facebook group, or a new group on Facebook. 18 views, 0 replies. Like, and it's been up for... I guess it just went up this morning. I just feel like a lot of these things are... People don't really look at the realistic benefits of things. They just want to complain.
I mean, yeah. Everything is wrong with the world.
I guess. Is there like a... I bet there's a meme for like first world problems, right? I could just post it.
Probably.
Probably. Oh, right. So let's get back to shenanigans here.
Get back to shenanigans. Alright.
Back to shenanigans.
Kawan did alright first tournament. Missed a lot of things, but that's to be expected, and it's totally understandable for having 35% average on your accuracy. So it's fine. I get it. You're allowed. You're a rank E monster. It's okay. I just have to keep telling myself that.
He's working on it.
She's doing pretty solid. Okay. Once again, AC. So much intelligence. It's amazing. Look at this thing. Oh, he's frustrated. Never mind. What a good plan. He's tired. You're okay. Alright. You look hungry. Have beef. There we go. Likes beef. On it.
There you go. Figured it out. Who doesn't love beef? Speaking of, I put roast in the crock pot.
I didn't see water in it though.
Well, I didn't put water in it. You don't put water.
Oh yeah, that's for corned beef. Never mind, that makes sense.
I put chicken broth in it.
Yeah, whatever liquids. I didn't see liquid in there.
There's a liquid in there.
I didn't see liquid. I definitely didn't see colored liquid.
There's a crock pot in there.
There's a crock pot in your crock pot with the roast. That's
exactly. There's liquid in the crock pot.
I wish he had his old crock pot. Don't we all?
Yeah, no, I honestly almost never use my crock pot anymore. But Instapot is just so much better at almost everything.
You fool!
The only reason why I didn't use the Instapot today instead was basically the size of the Instapot is so much larger on my counter. I kind of wish I had a smaller one.
Why do these Mogies have such weird builds?
Maybe that's what they think is acceptable for Mogies.
They're like one of the few monsters I would actually make a semi-balanced build with. Because they're decent at everything, except for intelligence.
Are they decent, or are they medium?
Medium, I guess? Because, like, they have, like, 3 out of 5 life, power, and speed, I'd imagine. I've used them before, they're not terrible.
But are any of them named Mojo Jojo?
No, not.
Oh, Jojo! God, I miss Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, now that we can make mochis, all we have to do is find a Mogi, and then we can make a Mojo Jojo.
Oh, Jojo!
They're all very us-buildy, which is weird. Normally AI doesn't make builds that are like us.
I do really appreciate a lot of these like these bots that just share other small streamer stuff. I do appreciate them. I don't know if it actually does me any good, but it certainly feels good. So like look over at my Twitter and see like, oh, here's a dozen people retweeting you because you used the right hashtag.
I feel as though we should probably do something with AC after he ascends to rank S, because he's becoming incredibly tired very quickly.
Well, just needs to train more or rest more often.
That's what I'm doing.
I might have to rest every other day.
That's kind of what it's looking like.
Or every other week or whatever. I don't know. The big thing is that... Ooh, there's the patches up on Llama Land. was skimming through this. Something that I noticed for the first time, a DDO thing, which probably doesn't mean anything to you, but for a lot of people watching, they do play quite a bit of DDO.
Right, it makes sense.
But the Panacea spell, in this case from a clicky, actually fixed stat damage for the first time ever yesterday for me. It has been so long since I don't think it's ever worked. It's supposed to. It's always supposed to. Panacea is basically heal, but without a bunch of the hit points.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's Panacea and Dokapon. I understand.
And, man, it was extremely aggravating for me personally for a long time that it never worked.
It was a spell that just straight up didn't work.
Well, it would give you hit points, and it would fix other things. Like it would, if you were poisoned, it would remove your poison, or if you were blind, it would remove your blindness. Like it would do
half the things.
Most of the things it was supposed to do, but it wouldn't fix stat damage. Which, for me, one of the primary reasons I use Panacea over something like heals, because you don't have as much, like you don't have a bunch of damage. So why would you waste the mana on a heal when you could just fire off a Panacea instead? Like the difference is one I think is level 4 and the other one's level 7 or something, 6 maybe. Like it's a significant level cost increase. Or scroll increase in like gold value. So the fact that it's working now is pretty good. There are also many clickies of Panacea. There are very few clickies of heal. Uh-oh, somebody got tornadoed. I haven't seen that one before.
It's because it's just like strictly worse than Fire Punch
guess.
until we get a lore of some kind to maybe make it better. So X-Blade, despite being...
Does it ever do anything? I've never seen it do anything.
Nope. Despite it being technically better than Punch Rush in every way, Punch Rush has landed 100% of the time, and X-Blade has missed 100% of the time.
I've not ever seen it land.
It has not landed yet. And its strictly worst counterpart that we have has landed every time. And that's why I'm using that.
Oh, here's some big news. Hang on. Hang on a second. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Go for it.
Wizard Pale-Master, Shroud of the Zombie, has been changed to the following. Shroud Toggle. You shroud yourself in negative energy and assume many traits of the zombie. While in this form, you hunger for brains and gain +4 constitution, 10 melee power, 3 physical and magical resistance rating. Attack 10% slower, which it used to be 20. Now it's 10. You have 100% critical hit resistance and are healed by negative energy. Take 50% healing from positive energy and take double damage from light. You are considered undead rather than your original purpose. You used to get 20% damage. Now that is gone.
Okay.
So you would lose 20% attack speed and gain 20% damage.
Yeah, well,
and that worked on sneak attack. That worked on everything.
So it'd be just kind of like a burst thing. How much energy you do in your first hit to make it viable?
No.
Because otherwise...
it would be consistent.
It'd be burst heavy as opposed to steady damage.
No, it is steady damage increase as well.
Is it?
Yeah, you just... Because 20% all the time for attacking...
20% less.
Not 20% less, 20% slower. So say you attacked 10 times over 10 seconds, but instead with 20% slower, you attack 8 times over the same 10 seconds.
And the damage should increase to make up for that 2 less times you're attacking.
Correct. But the majority of the time it's even more than that because you're adding in extra things.
Okay.
So... like, you have your main weapon damage, right? And then you have your sneak attack damage. And then you have extra dice that trail behind, right? But if you increase 20% your sneak attack and your base damage, then those two things, like, say the 20% on your base damage makes up for attacking two times lower. But then you now gained extra on your sneak attack. Yeah, Shroud of the Zombie significantly hurt here.
Well, I got a... No, not Shroud. They were...
Yeah. So they're changing Shroud of the Zombie to be 4 Constitution, 10 melee power, and 3 MMR PRR. And they're decreasing the attack rate penalty from 10% or 20% to 10%. Yeah, it's the Shroud of the Zombie. So it's the form. Basically, they nerfed it to the point now where Java was using it before on his crossbow build. I can no longer use it. Java's probably going to have to get a TR now.
You turned your robot into a zombie?
Correct.
How does that work? I feel like specifically Warforged can't do that.
CPUs.
I feel like specifically Warforged
feed me processors. It was fine.
can do that. Like the Warforged can literally not be undead.
No, they can be undead. They're living robots.
They're robots that have a soul. It's different than being a living robot.
They're living robots. Living robots, and therefore they can be zombie robots. There's another one for Shroud of the Zombie. If you take the second tier, or the Ascendant Shroud of the Zombie, you get 30 plus 30 more melee power and 10 MMR PRR. And your attack's still 10% more damage. So you have to have both things for it to, yeah, it's pretty wrecked, in my opinion. I guess there are too many zombie archers out there. We got to get rid of all the archers that we can. No, it doesn't seem like any of the rest of it's got changed. This is just the Lamania Notes update. I'll link it for people.
So I'm pretty sure this is because of our skin. But I cannot, like, visually process our Gel Smash attack. It just looks like our opponent dies and that's it. Like, I can't... I'm pretty sure it's because whatever we're doing, it's hard to see because we're basically invisible. Man, it is really hard to see what he's doing when he does a Gel Smash attack. I cannot process it. I just seem like winding up for a punch and then...
Why are you buffering? Is it...
No, the Facebook didn't seem super stable when I glanced over at one point.
Yeah, I don't know. Should be fine. I mean, I'm watching...
Yeah, I don't see it.
What don't you see?
Our attack.
I don't know. I watched it on the replay.
I actually cannot see it. I just see him winding up his fist, and then the guy dies.
Well, he like throws his arm across.
I cannot see the arm. It's just like he's doing gel punch, but now it's farther away, and does way more damage for some reason.
Because it's farther away. Duh, Remmie.
Inertia.
Warlocks throw... Now, so there's a Warlocks have the ability called Hurl Through Hell.
Okay.
It's like instant kill. They changed this to say Hurl Through Heck and Create Thrall have had their base DC changes for 10 to 15.
Sweet.
Maybe it's not really called Hurl Through Hell, but it's one of those things that you just remember wrong. Like Berenstein Bears, how... Anyway.
No, I'm with you. That makes sense.
Oh, good. The heroic coat of the Traveler, which is what I'm currently wearing right now on Samus, is going to have their armor class reduced. Diamonds of the thing apparently no longer incorrectly spelled diamond when in stacks of larger than 1. That was a weird buff or problem.
Alright, so do we try to have Buttercup attempt to rank A for the 4th time, or do we have Quan move up to rank D?
I just think you start moving the new guy up. I think Buttercut is...
Buttercup says time in the sun?
Yeah, there you go.
Alright.
I remember how much you loved him, but...
Because he's failed 3 times. I don't understand.
You're not in favor of putting Constitution on anything, item, or ability that's changed during combat or situations. So boosting in various ways is just the thing that people are going to have to deal with. And if you don't like it, then it's an ability you just don't use or whatever. But the zombie getting that is something that they pretty much always have done. But adding Constitution should not. That should add, like when you put it in, because that's just gaining hit points that you should already, like basically already had. Where gaining, like false life, that would be something you have to heal up through. Korthos Landscape has got some cosmetics improvements. Syrian Heights have had some cosmetic improvements. Slimes in the Sacred Bounty now split acid on occasion. Yeah, I typically prefer Wraith as well, but I took 3 levels of Wizards instead of 1 level of Wizard. Specifically so Java could be an undead, get the zombie for extra damage. Now that is being removed.
Oh, we got the move to hit finally. And a kill.
Multiple performance issues have been addressed in Soul Survivor. Hashtag believe it when I see it. Fix the bug that causes the named item reward chest not to spawn in Patriarch script. I guess that's a perk, I suppose.
We're not that strong. We're actively kind of having trouble killing things.
Oh, here's a good buff. Doors that are breakable with melee strikes can now be broken with ranged attacks.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a big plus.
You can shoot a door down now.
You can shoot, which is great for all of the ranged builds. So I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to actually highlight these. Can't copy them, paste them in DDO. And say rip zombies. And then I'm going to actually change this one. Pew pew doors.
Okay, I think we have a guaranteed tournament window.
Yeah? Think you locked it down, did you?
The only one who also has 4 wins is a guy who we've beaten. So even if tiebreakers did legitimately work, we'd still win. That's okay, we're just going to beat this guy anyway because we can. I will wait this out. Ow. We really need to start making attacks. Okay. Nice, there it is. Alright, that actually do nearly enough. %100% hit rate.
I know, I was just rereading this guy's comment right here.
Wasn't worth rereading.
When I come into the game, I really don't want to be bombarded with advertisements from delusional, narcissistic children who believe they're going to be the next PewDiePie.
Okay.
I think most of us that stream DDO realize that we're not going to be the next PewDiePie streaming Dungeons and Dragons online.
Oh, man. I don't know. That guy was able to become popular off of Happy Wheels of all things.
Who, PewDiePie?
Yeah.
I think PewDiePie became popular because he made a lot of weird noises that nobody else was doing at the time, and people liked weird noises.
I mean, yes, but also
That
nice to have
that
it.
was the reason why he became popular.
Happy Wheels.
Monday, Tuesday, Happy Wheels.
He does it? I don't know if it's Monday, Tuesday.
Thursday, Friday, Happy Wheels.
That was his whole thing for a long time. He played Happy Wheels, and then he played like the dude who had like a small child in his back, and then he constantly just yelled at the child while they played the game. That was kind of his whole shtick. And people enjoyed it because Happy Wheels was popular at the time. And then he also had Amnesia as his other big thing. That's about it.
I don't know. I don't
And then,
dislike or like PewDiePie. What I've seen, I think most of it seems kind of meh to me.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan.
But, I mean, became successful, God bless him. It gives you something to aspire to that other people don't have. Like,
Sure.
and again, I'm not saying that I'm going to be the next PewDiePie. I certainly don't feel like a
Not with that attitude.
narcissistic child.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
I stream it because I like doing things. I did podcasts for years, you know. You have to you have to turn off Facebook because you don't like Twitch. Just watch on whichever one you like the best, my guy.
Alright. Time for the rank A thingamajig. We're walking.
Oh, and now we're on a platform. We're going up in the air.
That's
Woo!
incredibly dangerous.
You know how much water pressure it'd have to take to lift a rock like that up into the air without it floating all over the place?
Right? That was amazingly dangerous.
How much math would have to be involved? And then when you wiggled, the kind of adjustments you'd have to make?
Oh, no. Yeah, I've done math for things similar to that, and I hate it. That kind of math was stupid.
Well, it'd have to be done on the fly, like, all the time. Wow, this bird thing's got your number. Don't let it do it a third time.
Okay, that's a 99% accuracy. Okay, there was no reaction time there. I just couldn't react. That was stupid. That was melee reaction time speeds.
You know, the 99%.
AC's slow. That makes sense. That's why we always counter with AC. Provided they are realistic reaction frames. Because this happens. Whatever move he was trying to do to me clearly was going to kill me, so it's a good thing we landed that counter. And now eat your brains.
Mmm, so tasty.
For being an old man, AC's doing pretty damn good.
It's like that grizzled old, like, war veteran.
Who eats the brains of his opponents to
Yeah,
live longer.
Exactly. Exactly. He's a zombie. He's also a zombie plant.
Yeah,
See?
it's a zombie robot plant.
Yeah.
AC's got it all. Like, if there was ever going to be a plant that was going to ascend to rank S, it's got to be the zombie robot plant. Oh, those are some actually scary level stats. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a Moki thing. It's fine.
Machine gun? Okay. Also, our accuracy's not great. Like, it used to be a lot better. Luckily, we have high counter, so it's fine.
The force is strong with you.
I disagree.
What? Not the third attack in a row. Uh-oh.
Machine gun and 2 brain sucks.
Yeah, but he attacked you since then.
Well, apparently it doesn't matter. Okay, so Nirvana clearly is affecting our counter dodge, our counter rate. This is not looking good. Can Nirvana go away, please?
It is only supposed to be 10 seconds.
Please? Thank you. Brain suck. Only killed 46.
It's still more than nothing.
There we go. Nirvana's the bane of my existence, I guess. Jeez. I should probably start going for this one.
Back it.
I mean, it is low enough. I might as well use my cost-effective moves.
Yeah, and you better start spamming stuff too, because you're about to be in a world of hurt.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Got him. Okay, barely killed. Alright, I need to be a bit...
No, you didn't waste any additional effort, Remmie.
You didn't... It's a good thing we have a lore set on that move.
I would laugh if he, like, final guts.
I would have been so upset.
Oh my goodness, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, we need to work on our accuracy some more.
The purple chicken.
This is fun. It was all bait.
Rip.
It was all bait. Let me
lost.
suck your brain. Let me suck your brain.
I just lost so bad.
You fool. You put yourself in a brain sucking position. Or I can just attack you. Okay. That was not nearly as fun as I hoped. Stop it! That was only twice. I don't like this.
Look at his bird hands. I wish I had bird hands like that. That was sweet.
I was reacting to that so hard, and it did not matter.
Wow, that's a move.
And we're out of it. No! I can't. That's impossible to react to. What?
Apparently not.
I could do nothing there. I was ready.
Hashtag rip.
Wow. Alright, how good is Kung Fu? Okay, the Kung Fu is not doing that great.
That doesn't make me feel really good.
It makes me feel a lot better. It means that he's not our main competition.
Reacted on the post forum with the name
Oh, and that one forfeited.
It's Me, Abby. Alright, I'm curious to read your post.
Why are our opponents forfeiting so much? I feel like we're not this far. Oh, we have a Rebel fight. I forgot about that. Alright, Spartax. Who's our rival? I actually have no idea. Oh, that makes sense. Alright. Come on, AC. Eat his brain. Nice! Ah, delicious brain.
You guys sweet looking.
It's a rip or something.
Really?
Oh, I know. I want to say Ripper Pororo, but I don't know if that's in this game. You fool!
Looks like the armadillo stuff to me.
No, maybe? I don't remember what the base Medilla looks like. I don't know if we've seen it. I don't think Medilla's white. Oh, alright, we have a tiebreaker. We finally have one. Which means that was just the practice fight against our rival. Force increases guts regeneration, if I remember correctly, so... Okay. I'll just keep chilling. This is fine. I will continue to force, and you can continue to die. I don't think you're gonna learn your lesson. Alright, and brain suck for the moment. That went way better than it should have, I feel. And AC has achieved rank S. Oh, we got a trophy.
About time.
Traversed an exotic gem unearthed from the ancient ruins of Prometheus. Sounds like a place I can explore. Rio, it's been a while. The voice of the Gaia Stone. The flow of darkness strengthens. Hurry, you must remember. You are actually the monster princess. That sounds like something you actually said at one point. You must protect humans from the very fate they're headed for by their own mistaken actions. Looks like some repressed memories. Hey! Well, that's a fun little sprite. That was a good picture. And now Rio's in the hospital. Fainted on stage. This is the school nurse. Because we don't have doctors on this island. What in the world happened? Well, you see, backstory. A voice from a stone and a frightful sight. The Prometheus ruins, where that stone was dug up, contains many mysteries. Perhaps you should go and explore. Okay.
Let's do it! It made somebody faint from just like having a rock.
We shouldn't probably let the person who fainted there go there. But okay. Alright, to Prometheus.
And you got beef.
That'll probably be AC's last excursion. Because we probably shouldn't bring our rank C monsters to Prometheus. So probably AC, Tesla, and... I don't know if I should bring... Quan. Because Quan will definitely not be helpful, but...
Ooh, have we given him our
Nope.
our special thing yet?
Not. Appraise! Called Fan. Customize! We have a fan now. Can I just look at it? I want to look at it. Can I look at it? I want. I probably have to buy it. Stupid thing.
It's a 2x4.
Okay. So it's the same as the target?
Mm-hmm.
It says we have. No, we definitely don't have one.
So if you flip...
Well, I have to get rid of one of these anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're...
Because I could get rid of, like, trampoline and then fit it.
Still not big enough. It's 2x4, Remy.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you're able to have two targets in it at the same time. I just don't see how you can make it fit. it's just you don't physically have enough squares available to. Like if you.
Nope.
This is not a way. You have to get rid of. You have to make at least
Gotta get rid of a target.
3 squares.
Ah! Alright, hold on. Nope. Yep. Alright. Thank you.
He's a big boy. Also, putting it in the middle could probably eat a lot of.
Hold on, I got this. Can you not? Oh my god! All right, fine. Put away the thing. Yeah, get rid of the trampoline. Okay, there.
That's funny. Re-add trampoline.
Put the thing. Can we not just put it right here for 2 seconds?
Nope. Can't do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Whatever. There. Beautiful.
I feel like you're gonna struggle to get around sometimes, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we don't have a Derek in the way, so I think we'll be okay. Alright. Yeah, go away. You did your job. You ruined everything. That's you're actually still good. Yep. You lost your target. That makes sense. Alright, fan. Okay. You lost your target. Fan. You lost your trampoline. Trampoline. Oh, alright. Okay, so never mind. The fan increases speed. This is a Colonel Sanders machine. There we go. Alright, so yeah, this is definitely the new AC once AC is gone. Like, immediately. You can still sandbag it now, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, actually, no. Just Life Blade. That's pretty much all you're going to do now is Life Blade and fan. Alright, cool. Seems legit. Do you have anything coming up? Let's see. Calendars. Oh, there's a group battle. It sounds super lovely with my S rank and 3B rank monsters. Alright.
You just need your one guy to carry real hard.
I mean, it's happened before. Okay. So hold on a minute. We've got this one. Sanders. Nobody. Literally nobody. Okay, there we go. No Quan's D now. Nice.
I feel like a T tournament there would just be mean. They're still gross.
I don't think it actually lets us. Scan Sanders. Ugh. Alright, fine. AC, you're just at S rank. Chill for a bit.
That's right, just relax.
What are you doing right now? Okay, good. Oh, Sanders is turning today now. Okay, time to sleep. Even though you're pretty lively already. It's okay, you're just gonna double fan. Oh, it looks beautiful. That's a lot of work, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, he's got a tournament in the middle of that.
Huh?
Didn't he? Didn't he have a tournament one of those days? You don't have a rest in there for the train.
The Ripper does. Sanders. Who does need to do that.
Okay.
There. What do you mean Tesla's doing the fan? Bad Tesla. What are you doing? Stop it, sandbag. God. Alright, better. Oh no. Buttercup does not appear to be having a good time. Or are you fanning? Never mind, you're fanning.
Fist in the sky.
Have a screw. Once we're out of these nuts and bolts, you're probably going to become a new boy. You have a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Probably. Like, I'm semi-reluctant to get rid of AC simply because, like, you pointed out that plants probably have a long lifespan. So I feel like AC could probably push on a little longer. But I don't know, because he does get tired very easily and is acting very old man-like. But he could just have a long elder stage, because that does exist. So I have no idea. Too many variables. Alright, to Jupiter.
Oh,
Ugh. It is time to fight Yas. Can't believe you just got rid of the target accuracy so helpful. Oh man. Okay, goody. Everyone's abandoning us.
Oh. Hey, Legion, welcome.
Yeah, actually, we don't have that much accuracy on this guy. You monster! Stupid ice cream rabbit. I will unleash hell upon you! Or
He's good.
the first half of hell.
It's not the killing. Is it two attacks? Is that the thing?
No, I'm pretty sure it's just one. Just didn't do the whole animation there for some reason. I think it was because he did try to counter and missed. Because when someone did counter and miss before, and I was supposed to eat his brain with AC, I didn't eat his brain. Just like hit him with my butt. So I guess missing the counter shortens the animation. Which in a way kind of makes sense considering the counter lengthens that time frame. I feel like there's a lot of extra work for not a lot of reason. I didn't need to not be doing that. That's okay. I think it's guaranteed to win now. Unleash hell upon you! Okay.
That's still pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, that was great damage. Like, it was a gold one, but I really didn't think it would one-shot it. There you go. Absolute destruction. Anyway, a watermelon, nice.
Oh, by the way, one of your cousins got an ATV accident the other day.
A what accident?
ATV,
Oh, no.
and she's in the hospital, but she is basically fine.
Oh, that's good. I feel a lot better now that they're fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yes. Okay. That was incredibly random, but okay. Alright, AC, you are incredibly tired yet again. You really need... I don't know. I don't know. You rest here. And have you do hunger. Well, actually, do...
I really want to take the time to respond to this guy, but I'm not going to right now.
Okay, so Sanders did not look entertained.
That's a lot of exercise, it looks like. Give him some good. Give him some cuddles.
I feel like that was him slacking off on training. I'm supposed to scold him right there. But the game's not very intuitive on what's good and bad behavior.
Man,
So
I don't know. I feel like he's just tired.
he's not that tired though. Otherwise, the game would say he's tired.
Well, I just mean in the sense that like it's a new exercise. Because the other guy, remember, also looked like he was just kind of like laying down for that exercise.
That is true. Okay. Having 4 monsters on screen at once, all training except for one, is apparently a lot. Let's just try and do it again real quick. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Okay. You're okay.
Let us proceed to this week's adventures. Adventure time.
Today we're gonna go
in the
to
city.
town. I don't know which one though. I want to see if we can get more side quests going on. So I think Philia lives in ruins, so we're gonna go to ruin. Just try to visit some people. Never mind, I can't even visit her. Alright, library. What's happening? We're devouring Love and Charms. Sounds like a strange book. We had a chance to recommend it. Okay, well, that was nothing. This one. I can't even talk to you. So I guess give me your finest carrots. 10 of them. No more, no less. I also like some pot.
Oh,
Emoji screen.
jam.
Alright, back to that. Alright, this is pointless. That was pointless.
Good job. You figured it out that it was pointless.
I want to discover side quests. And maybe that dialogue I advanced in the library will do something. We don't know. Maybe Love and Charms is a fusing item that creates a pixie.
Maybe.
That's what I thought. Alright, so Quan Adventure. Got it. So AC Tesla Sanders, if we want to go pure strength, which I think is probably correct. Tesla for searching, AC for our main explorer, and then Sanders as backup. On the off chance that we find a boss, I think that's probably fine. Wait, you look tired. You're gonna fan again? Why that tired? That's probably wrong. I have a trampoline. I don't know if that's actually gonna be less fatigue or not, but I feel like it would be. Alright, let's see how terrible shape he's in. He's not that bad. Okay.
It says he's tired though.
No, it's fine. And he was only tired after he got on the trampoline. It's different. I should probably tell him what a good boy he is, though.
And he's busy on the trampoline. Leave him alone.
Oh, man. Alright. Time for the Spring Wind League. Oh, man, napping sounds great.
Yeah?
I can't believe I looked at Wood's message and I was like, ooh, a nap.
That's fair.
With like a dog in a blanket.
You know what that means? It means you're old now.
I've always
Welcome
liked
to the old man. Welcome to the old man club.
I've always liked naps. For like next year, or I guess in 2 years, because all my friends are a year below me. For in the next 2 years, when all my friends are at bars, I'm going to be at home napping and gaming. Because there's no way I'm going to enjoy going to bars.
You'd be surprised. Being social with people are sometimes a lot of fun. I don't really do that kind of stuff, but some people like it. Yeah, and it's filled with your spittle.
Yeah, it is. Alright, I'll be back.
There's a paper, or there's a thing. If you need a paper towel, there's a paper towel. But I don't have any like sanitizer because you're gross. Because you're disgusting.
You have no sanitizers because I'm gross.
Yes, you are gross. I don't have any sanitizer.
I'm so disappointed.
Wow.
Can't believe my hands would do this to me. Gravity will never leave me for anybody.
Yeah.
I'm crying entirely. My nose is incredibly pain. It's trying to fix itself. Therefore it is itching. Therefore I have to scratch it, which makes it worse. What is the biological advantage to being itchy?
So what? What's the biological advantage for what?
When things heal, they itch. And so we scratch it and it makes it bad. So what's the biological advantage to just being itchy? Because I know...
I have no idea.
Because I understand the biological advantage of yawning. Or at least in some species of animals. I don't know the biological advantage to being itchy. Because it seems like it just makes things worse. So why does our brain process it?
Might not, though? I don't know. I have never considered looking into that.
Okay, well there's Nirvana. Never mind. He apparently doesn't get it. Okay, this is going horribly. Okay. This is still going horribly.
Just keep getting wrecked here.
Okay. Let's not stay in the 72% chance to hit and move. They're all weighted coin flips, so there wasn't really much I could do. Damn. That was unfortunate.
I mean, if you see these as both red or something, I guess that's fine, but honestly, I think we both just pulled on what was conveniently laying around.
Yeah, pretty much.
I need to do laundry, and I basically think of this as like a hoodie that never gets washed. Almost, it rarely gets washed. So, like, I basically put on the equivalent of a jacket to put on the stream, and Remington just, like, grabbed whatever wrinkled shirt that he happened to have. I think he's actually wore this every stream.
I wore my blue ones. Or my blue one. I wore my white one a few weeks ago, too.
You're red-green colorblind, so it looks pretty similar. Okay, that's fair.
They're relatively similar. Mine's a bit darker. That's about it.
That is a completely... That's not even a red anymore. That's a maroon.
I can still see it being called red, but
Ish?
I
Sure.
would not disagree with it being maroon. I did lose a fight. Oh my god.
Yeah, you did.
So stupid. But we won tiebreakers, so it's okay.
Does it work?
Nope.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, man. No, right. The quarantine's fine. We're practically not... I mean, we are quarantined still, technically, but, like...
Hardly affects me.
The thing is that it didn't really mess with us before.
Well, that's what happens when the whole family has jobs that can still be done.
Well, like... The wife obviously works from home. I do this and work on the bus. Remington does work at the nursing home. So he's probably the most affected. But like...
I'm affected in the way that work sucks now, but I'm not affected in the way that where my life is...
Yeah, but I
a
mean...
problem.
You're young, you still go out and do things. Like, the wife and I really don't go out and do a lot of things. The thing that we would normally go out and do would be eat. And because I have switched to the 80% fat keto, it's not like I can really go out to eat a whole lot anyway. So, technically yes, but our governor's crazy. So basically it's a severe limitation of carbohydrates. And it's a matter of watching your percentages, so your body is incentivized to not process carbohydrates into blood sugar to fuel everything. It converts fats into ketones to burn things. So your body's used to burning fat, basically, and you'll end up eating your fats, your stored fats. Thomas DeLauer is the guy basically on YouTube that I kind of get most of my advice from. The particular version that I'm on right now, I've only started this month, being the 80% fats or higher. I need to be 90% fats, but I can't quite convince myself to cut so much protein out. But yeah. But since basically the first week of February, I've been on keto in general, and I haven't been as precise, and I'm getting more and more precise to figure it out. Oh, this is the new place.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's definitely ruins. I have planned.
I think he's just lazy during loading screens. That melon is huge.
Oh, what, me laying my head down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm just tired of holding it up. Again, gravity, always by my side.
Always holding you down.
Alright, what are we gonna fight? We're gonna find wild Durhans and dragons. Then we're gonna find a wild phoenix, and it's gonna be what? And we're gonna beat it, and it's gonna come back with final guts, because that's just what it naturally gets. It's born with it. Stupid.
Nope, just a pure gold.
That's honestly probably just as scary.
I don't know. Anyway, our main thing today is some people are complaining about putting LFM links in the...
You're not gonna let this go.
I never am. Well, and I want people to be able to respond.
Yeah,
Like, people that are watching this stream, they should be able to see it. What's up, Witty? Game names, you guys!
I thought Chris was the only one who complained about that.
Yeah, basically.
Tis female lady.
Oh. Hello, Lady Witty.
What's up?
What's up? How goes the stories?
What's this?
It's a switch.
I want to push it. A door. If this was D&D, I would be dead right now.
Probably door would get you. Sweet.
What kind of things?
Story things.
Hey, Durhan.
There. Way to summon it into existence.
That feels good. I don't have this power anymore. Eat your brains! Never mind. I missed 270s. Okay, well, I'm gonna run away now.
You did.
Aha! That would probably be a good time to swap to my teammate. I dance! Oh, good! Alright, fine. I won't dance then. I will eat your brains. And you're gonna die.
Oh!
Eat your brains, and you get ran over.
Right? Isn't that awesome?
I just laughed that he was already dead and then you ran him over.
It's just so good.
Like he was dead and then you're like putting the rubbins in. Rubbins.
It's so good.
So anyway, in Dungeons & Dragons Online, they have this thing called the Looking for Group panel. And the idea is that you advertise on there for people to join your group to do quests with you. But what some people do is they put their Twitch URL in there for two reasons. One, to let you know that they're streaming, and two, to advertise a little bit that they're live. Okay?
Is that legal?
So, the semi-official rule from Jerry is, as long as you're still accepting people in your group, it's totally fine. Once you are no longer accepting people into your group, then you're violating the rules. So, I'm a person who and I don't do this. Just to be on Front Street. I do not put... The only time I put my LFM... Or I put up an LFM at all is generally on the hardcore server. And the only times that I...
Also, hello, random Joker.
Alright,
Sorry.
good job. The only times that I put my URL in there is when I'm live. So, and I always I'm looking for a group to fill, and it goes down. So, I'm not in violation of this rule, and I don't do this thing. However, I feel like if people do wish to put their LFM up and advertise their channel or their other events that's going on, I honestly don't care, because I'm a person that can recognize something as an ad and ignore it. Well, it's not as much as a extra feature. I mean, it can be. It can proceed that way. But for me, if you're going to join my LFM, you need to be aware of the fact that I'm streaming, because some people don't want to be on the stream. Right? And I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, when I went on the hardcore server and I put my Twitch title or my Twitch URL in the LFM. Now, regardless of whether if my group fills, then my LFM goes down and I don't worry about it. Right? But if it stays up, I tell you, I probably get 50% or 60% more viewers if I have my LFM up with my Twitch URL in it. It's just a fact. Like, I can be on the hardcore server with a Twitch thing up in the LFM, and I'll get 35 or 40 people watching the stream. But if I play on the hardcore server and my LFM just says hardcore server, or not my LFM, but my title just says, hardcore server or whatever, those extra viewers aren't there. Yeah, I mean, communication I think is important. But there are people out there that do kind of push Oh, that's a Duron one?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Gun bits, as they are apparently called.
But, like, I'm not... It's not a thing that I do, but I understand that people do it, and I don't see it as a big deal. In fact, I see it as an opportunity for people to expand their channels. And also, I feel like if people don't want to see a particular person's LFMs because they're constantly spamming their Twitch handle, you can just block them. You have the tools to fix it. Well, and that's the other thing. You only get 1 to 2 people that do this thing, right? 1 or 2 people here. The most I've ever seen at one time has been 4, and that was on the hardcore server. And that's when me, StrimTom, Noob, and some other random person was all streaming at the same time. Like, it's just a thing that I don't understand why people complain about it. But these people are complaining about it. And so I put a reply out there, and I basically was like, hey, in my opinion, it was a twofer thing. It was a little bit of a trolling comment post, because I responded with my history of streaming and supporting DDO, with the Cocktail Hour, DDO Cast, the streaming channel, stuff like that. So I wanted to, like, set my credentials, but also as a little bit trolly in the sense it's like, hey, look, I'm going to troll you by putting the thing in there that you don't want to see, because that's how I feel about your nonsense. So, and then I basically was like, look, man, like, being a good ambassador means getting eyeballs. Once in a while I can be pretty trolly.
I feel like you'd be really good at it.
I don't do it, like, all the time, but be careful, don't push my table over.
I'm trying.
But so I put out a couple of arguments, and there was another guy I felt like summed up the other half of my arguments really well. So instead of trying to re-summarize arguments, I just gave that guy credit and, like, reshared his post and, like, hey, this guy said it 1,000 times better than I could say it. This is great. And I reshared his thing. So then people bitch some more, pardon my French, complain some more, whatever. So I put another reply out there. I'm like, look, this is no different than having advertisement on a can of Coke. You know, a guy compared it to scribbling on menus at a restaurant. He literally said, you're at a cafe, and every cafe now says, go to my cafe, written on it. Like, that was his argument. That's the equivalent of putting your Twitch URL in the LFM panel. I'm like, no, that is not the same magnitude that you're talking about. It's just not. You're talking about the equivalent of walking into a cafe with wearing another cafe shirt. If I went to Hooters with a Hard Rock Hotel shirt on, it's the same. That's the equivalent. Because we're people who see advertising every minute of every second of every day. And if you can't handle the fact... Oh, nice teamwork. If you can't handle the fact that there's an advertisement going on, then that's on you. No, you would not get escorted out of the premises for wearing a t-shirt that said Hard Rock Hotel when you're at Hooters. And I'm sorry I can't think of two other famous...
To be fair, that was the exact thing I was thinking about when you mentioned Hooters. I was like, what if you were wearing a Hard Rock Cafe shirt and you immediately
Well,
said
I literally can't think of another, like, 2 more famous restaurants. That would be famous. Like,
you walk into McDonald's wearing a Wendy's hat. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that, right? Like they just wouldn't care. You wouldn't, because you don't even see some of the ads. You have to look for it and be irritated by it. Like, oh man, I pointed out that my Iron Man logo here, my Iron Man logo here, the various stuff behind me. I picked up a can. It says the manufacturer name on it.
Okay, we got this board insulting. We have Old Dominion mouse pad. We got this friggin' Star City Games friggin' gamepad.
Here, more host defense mushrooms. Like,
The keyboard's got SteelSeries on it. We have Chapstick right there. We have Young Living. We got another Iron Man logo there. A couple Iron Man logos behind us. Magic the Gathering everywhere.
Yeah, it literally... There's literally advertising everywhere. So the fact that someone... Again, it might seem like a large percentage because there's not very many LFMs. But you're talking about sometimes 2, maybe 3... Let's even say 5 people put FL. If there were 5 extra LFMs up on the Solona server, that would be insane. It would be an insane amount of extra LFMs. So, I don't know. So I'm like trying to have a reasonable discussion with these people, and they're like, it's against the rules. Why are we even talking about this? Which made me really mad. You wore a K-State or KU shirt to class while I was at K-State once. Upstate some people, but most didn't care. That's exactly it. Like,
my debate teacher wore a green shirt with a yellow stripe on it to his job interview at Central.
But are the people that are upset with you, did they go to the administration and tell you that you should not be allowed to wear a KU shirt? Like, we need to make KU shirts illegal. That's the equivalent. And what they want to do is they literally want the first time you put an LFM up or you put a URL for your Twitch in the thing, you get a warning. The second time you get suspended. And the third time you get a ban. So you're talking about taking the game away from you that a lot of people pay for because you're sharing information with people. That's like extreme. And again, I'm really not trying to compare it to things that are really bad. But when cultures start locking down speech, cultures tend to fall apart really quickly.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Looks like Derek would be kind of helpful here. I'll make it. Okay.
Big jump.
Time to go around. Because all that means is 3 more loading screens.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Warning, suspension, banning? That's what they want to say. They want to happen. You can get those things, but it's usually multiple warnings. To the point where it really doesn't matter.
Warning multiple times does not work.
And it's like, again, I just don't understand why people are... Are they not adult enough to just let that stuff go? I don't think you can go through there.
I guess I missed a button somewhere.
Yeah, probably. Oh! Yes, exactly. That is exactly what their thing is. So what I've been asking people to put their opinions on this forum post in particular. I'm going to rip one of these guys basically to shreds in a little while. Because basically, the thing that drives me crazy about this post right here if I can find it again, is that I basically stated my credentials, and this person has like decided that I have lessened the forums by posting my credentials on it. I've lessened other people's games experience by listing my credentials.
Yeah, it's because your stream is objectively bad and people hate it.
So like, that in particular has aggravated me. And I'm not going to like respawn now in anger or whatever. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna eat. Oh, it's the mirror match.
Delicious, delicious plant brain.
Again, it's not play. It's me posting my information on the forum that has lessened the other people's games experience. This literally is his quote. You're lessening other people's game experience. That is definitely that class of people.
Oh,
for
look at
sure.
that. There's dirt here.
So, and then this person goes on to tell me, because I said a lot of good streamers are great ambassadors, and fine streamers are still good ambassadors because they're showing you having fun at the game, right? So he's like comparing clogging up the LFM panel to being a good ambassador. These two things, one, clogging up the LFM panel is not a thing. If it was at what percentage does something become a clog? 20%? 30%?
I would say more than half.
50%?
I would say 50 to 51%.
You're talking about 2. Hey! I would love to be famous. I'd love to buy viewers. Why don't you help me out, Christina, by buying me the first group of your support? I really appreciate it. What? No? Alright. Well then, give lock, son. Well. Why can I not? I want to just get back to the chat. Can I just get back to the chat now? Why is it not just going back to the chat?
That's what you get for picking on poor Christina.
There we go.
All she wanted to do was help, and you kicked her out of the chat room.
I know. I'm such a monster.
You missed out on the cat joker we saw.
Ah, was it gross?
You would not have liked to know.
I would not have liked it. No.
How was this? Story.
Story mode.
What an odd design. It looks some kind of right. We spawned in this room, by the way. All I had to do was walk backwards from where I spawned.
That looks like a phoenix.
It does look like a phoenix.
Are we gonna get a phoenix?
Probably eventually.
That'd be so sweet if we got a phoenix right now.
It's the final boss of Advance 2, so I doubt it's final boss here. It's... I don't know. We probably beat the final boss and it unlocks it. Lord of Phoenixes, Suzaku. Alright, nice name. Suzaku imparted his blood to the girl, saving her life. Which, was what, like your grandma? Prophecy states that she will untie the souls of all. It's all a very, very ancient time. So yeah, your grandma. Rio. Why can't I read this? And why does it seem familiar to me? Why? You look pale. Let's go home for the night. She got sick from reading a rock.
Aww.
Yeah, I could totally have brought Corn to that. AC was carrying pretty easy.
Let's see. So here's the other thing, though, that I felt to be super hypocritical of this guy posting. Was, if you're truly an ambassador to the game, consider demonstrating respect for others' preferences. So, like, people preferencing being able to put their Twitch information in their LFM panel. You certainly have the option to be an ambassador for the game while collecting dollars without cluttering up the LFM panel. But again, we're 5 seconds ago, we're told be respectful of other people's preferences, but not mine. As long as if mine is to put my Twitch in the LFM, my preference cannot be allowed, but theirs should be. Again, I find it to be very hypocritical.
Alright, this is not at all what I expected. Oh, that was random, but okay. It almost seemed semi-plot wise. Okay, yep. Buttercup's out. He's fired. Time for him to have a kid. Alright, so Buttercup was basically just kind of power all the way. Like hardcore power. Which sounds like we need a golem.
There's lots of guys that are like full on power, I think, though. But we also have the extra disc.
That's true. Well, like, here's the thing. So we have bulky power.
Have a good night then, Todd.
We have intelligence. We have just raw power, really. Like, his bulk was not great. We've got bulky power again-ish. Although he's mostly just here to be a gel. Wiggle. And we got speedy power. So, yeah, really, as long as it's a power-based monster, whoever Buttercup's descendant is doesn't matter much. Alright. Let me make sure things. Just rest, it's fine.
Also like how all these people are making assumptions that I do this.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I find to be the greatest. Instead of them asking if I do, they only think that I'm defending this practice because I must do it.
I agree. I agree with that a lot. A lot of times I play devil's advocate for some reason, so I try to argue.
Because you're my son.
So I try to argue for things I don't necessarily do a lot, and people argue against me as if I am.
It's like I do not use any mind altering substances.
Sure.
But I'm very pro. If people want to do that, it should not be illegal. You know, but people, they hear me argue for it, they must, you must do X. No, I don't do any of that stuff. I feel like if people just choose to make that decision, that's on it, they should be able to make it. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not a big... No, I'm not gonna get into that. I guess on the AM stream.
Okay.
I stopped myself because I couldn't figure out a good way to.
It's probably for the best.
Put it into clean text here.
Well, it's time to think about things. So here's Buttercup's overall stats. Basically, only power and accuracy.
Okay.
All right, there we go. There we go. We need something to hit hard and hit a lot.
Okay. But we also need monsters that are sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we still have? I mean, we've kind of...
Well, we still have that Modillo in the back, too. In the freezer here. Well, we could also have a...
Well, I was going to say, we haven't... I don't know how much you want to, but we actually have not put together the, like, legit Joker yet, either.
We've not, no.
So, like, Joker's attacks are... Power, int, power, int, power, int.
Okay, so yeah, but the power moves are A and S damage with Berserk and Deathclaw. So even though he won't have a lot of moves, he will have the good ones.
Yeah, but those are also like... I guess Deathclaw's level 5.
Mm-hmm. And then Berserk is level 10, which would be a little while. But like, other intelligence-based attack moves is not great. Alright.
Like, what else do we...
Like
let's look at what we can... Oh, let's see what his appraise is first.
Oh, apparently these artifact stones that we got are also... That makes sense. Because I remember grabbing these, but I thought they were good, like the fuse stuff. No, okay.
Alright, B-Stone. Let's do this one. It's a Kung Fu-y Modillo, which I believe we already have.
I already have, yeah.
Alright, Artificer's Stone. Gives us a Golem Suezo.
Gross.
But we can combine it to make something else. A Golem something. And then a Megatron, which we already have. Alright, now we have a Golem, so now we can make Subbreeds a Golem.
You could.
Alright, from book. Let's see what we got.
So, let's go off with that to start. Oh, so gross.
I didn't realize he had like a giant mouth.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Alright, we have a Dino, which is just Monster Rancher 1 Zoom. Bargist.
My dog is so sweet looking. I don't think we really want a dog.
Not particularly.
I feel like the ability to ride on something is missing again.
We really don't need it. Like, all writing does means that
You need to switch the thing.
We don't backtrack as often if we ride. That's whatever.
That's true.
It does nothing. If we found a beacon, that'd be kind of cool, because then we could do the fly effect, which would be fun.
I was actually kind of thinking like a beacon or something, but I don't think we have one.
Nope. Yeah, no beacon.
It is also like 14 minutes till the stream ends.
You know, that's why I figured we could spend this 14 minutes
That's it, we
making a
could-
burrow.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted the disc.
We could
Is
disc.
what I was saying.
We could disc for a
I
while.
don't know how much of that pile that you've knocked down over there has stuff.
I've knocked down the whole pile, but how much have we done? I don't remember. We did the Stargate, and Stargate gave us a bunch of cool stuff.
That's pretty much the norm. Did we do the DDO discs?
Not for 4. We did it for 3.
Ooh, do we want to do that?
Yeah, why not?
Want to start with that? We can start with that. A little bit of a DDO tie-in, even for people who, even though we're not playing DDO. So, here's the original Dungeons & Dragons Store Reach box.
Oh, they have a little PlayStation logo engraved in the disc. That's cool.
Yeah, because there's advertising on everything.
It's a watermark, kind of. At least it's what it looks
Definitely
like.
was.
It's a watermark on a CD. This is your product key. Good old-fashioned DDO.
Yep. The Wayback Machine. Here's
Even
the
has a map of the thing.
Yep. Here's the little original map
Ooh, that's cool.
of the thing, and it's got a keyboard layout map. And even further down in the history box, it has like a best box thing. Such a bunch of random. All right, so DDO is probably a Moki now.
Yeah, it's good. I was thinking the same thing. It's gonna give us a Mogi. Mochi. Or it's gonna give us something stupid like a hair. How mad will we be if it gives us another cat?
Did we do Men in Black 2?
We did Men in Black 2 for Monster Hunter 3. That's what gave us the Zan. It gave us the mushroom plant.
I feel like must have done it then. Alright, so we got Men in Black 2, the album. No, that thing should die in a fire. Oh, this poor disc. Some of these poor discs are so trashed. Then we have American History X, the American Pie Collection, and the Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints.
Saints. Which apparently are things I need to watch so I can return to the gentleman who loaned them to me. I just haven't taken the time to watch them. They're some of his favorite movies, so I feel bad for having this disc for like literally over a year, never watching it.
Okay.
What? It's a movie.
Well, there's a show that has a great Boondocks joke in it, and I always thought it was Boondock Saints, because then he was making fun of it being the 6th Boondocks movie. I didn't realize it was Saints that he was saying this whole
Saints.
time. Oh, it gave us Derek.
Alright, so we must have ran that then too.
Possibly. Could very possibly know. This monster's monstrous.
Alright, so should we try this?
Yeah. Also,
'Cause I don't think we've opened this yet.
Derek is definitely way bigger in scope compared to every other monster if we look at it just from the spawning there. Like, he was absolutely gigantic.
The unrated special edition.
Unrated special edition of Boondocks. That was Monster Changer. Oh, wow, I don't like that. I don't like how my brain can't tell which is front and which is back.
Yeah, that was really popular in the whenever, is not having a real front. It lets you double burn. So you burn side, but two side, like basically it makes two,
I hate that.
yeah, two versions of the disc, but I'm not a fan. Side A is full screen, where side B is widescreen.
Beautiful.
But I'm not a huge fan.
Alright, time to create a monster.
It'd be great if it was like a guy in a suit with guns.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what's in here.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's a violent movie. I should probably watch this sooner than later.
I'll watch it. Just to understand the jokes. Hey, it's a poncho.
That is pretty great, actually.
I mean, that's probably the closest thing you're gonna get to a suit and guns. It's a suzerain poncho, which means it probably actually has a really solid defense stat.
Man, I love Monster Rancher. The concept behind it is so good. Alright, so this is the bonus features of the Boondock Saints.
I think just for the amount of time consumption in general, I prefer the advanced ones where you just put in
Sure,
words.
but it's... I don't know, this has got a lot of special, you know?
Oh, I agree completely on that.
Welcome back, Wood. Unfortunately, we are getting ready to wrap up for the evening. Our beloved robot Naga is retired, and we're trying to figure out who we want to replace it with, and or how much of a, like, where do we want to start breeding it around.
Yeah, I mean, Buttercup's got to have a kid. The next generation. This one's Boondock Saints.
Yeah, the bonus features.
Bonus features. He gave us
Oh, yeah,
Naga
the winner.
Kung Fu.
That's got to be the winner, right?
You want another Kung Fu when there's still like a lot of other monsters that we've wanted to use?
It's true, but how badass is that looking?
I know.
I even swore on the AM stream that's how awesome it looks. That's fine. It's programmed in the thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We've got it in the book.
That's fine. We can check some other
Okay,
things.
apparently we're doing Monster Rancher 4 now.
Yeah, I don't have the ability right now to like edit the camera on. How to rephrase this? I currently don't have the ability to edit the camera. So it's physically sitting on top of my keyboard or on top of my monitor,
Of course it is.
and the monitor is more than an arm length away. Alright, so it is physically far away. I do not currently have the ability to zoom it right now. What did you do? Did you tell it yes?
Yeah.
What a loser. So I thought it was more important to have the camera working than to screw around with the software forever to try to get it to work.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, the software for the previous camera doesn't work. And the new camera didn't come with any special software. There is a tool that I could buy that should do the stuff I want it to do, but it was like $60 for a lifetime purchase of it, or like $15 a year or $30 a year or something. And I was just like, nah. Especially with everything, you know, possibly changing in the way that when we get to the bus, how all the camera positions are going to be anyway. Now, granted, I'm probably still like a year away from the bus, but like physically, if I just moved the monitor forward, it would zoom in. But I like having my monitor a little further away. Like, I also have my monitor up quite a bit higher. Like, my monitor is sitting on boxes that are approximately, what is that, like 8 inches, 7 inches? I guess I have a tape measure right here. You ready for me to put this away?
Yeah. My hands are actually feeling catchy.
It is 6 inches. So my monitor sits on a box that's 6 inches tall, which means the bottom of the monitor where the actual oh, that's kind of cool looking too. Is the very bottom of the monitor is 9 inches. So it's also very high compared to like normal. Alright, I feel like we have. Oh, you have another disc for me to try?
I mean, what? Oh, did you just think that we have enough monsters to decide?
I mean, we can try some more.
I mean, we can try one more then at least, so I'm not just putting him on Treasure 4 again.
Did we do National Treasure? Because it's right here.
Again, I'm pretty sure we did that for Monster Hunter 3, but it could be wrong.
Well, we have that, and we have all these discs back here that we can look at too. So these were all we were not high enough level to do for Monster Rancher. The other Monster Rancher.
Mm-hmm. Let's give National Treasure a try because I legitimately don't remember. Why'd you be a Mochi? I was waiting for us to find a Mochi disc and me just being so disappointed in everything. You're like, this one! We were waiting for this one! And it was a Mochi!
There was a lot of that.
The ice cream! Or the monster based off of ice cream! Ah! The only good ice cream based monster is Vanillix from Pokemon.
Vanillix, huh?
Yeah.
This was National Treasure?
Yeah.
Did you open that? Yeah, it's over here.
And then after this, we can scout through the book.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Oh, I also have the Civilization 5 PC disc over here for some reason.
Ew. I do like me some Civ 5.
That's fine. It's not my favorite Civilization.
I just like Civ in general. I never played like 2 or 3. I tried to play 4, but my tiny kid. Oh, it's this guy.
Alright, well, that's where that came from.
I tried to play 4, but I played it when I was pretty young and I couldn't figure out how to trade things. Like, I would constantly just give away my stuff because I couldn't figure out how to ask for something else in return. I don't know. I have no idea why I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. So this one's a Golem Gaitan, which we're also mixing up with Buttercup, so it'll become a Golem Naga, which will probably look very similar, if at all. Alright, we have a Gaitan, or a Titan this time. We got the Dino. Which honestly,
like if you want to do Golem, then you should pick one of those two and do it, and we'll see.
I don't think Golem would be bad. I really don't. We haven't used one yet, and I think it fits the archetype that we're trying to do quite well, and I think it's a pretty cool monster.
It's okay. Like, I had a lot of time playing Golems in Monster Rancher 2.
I know.
So, like, I'm fine with whatever one we pick.
That is the
I
only...
do, however, think that looks pretty sweet. And I think the other one that we looked at also looks very sweet.
That is the only real downside to the Golem, is that we both played them a lot in general. Ah! What would you like to name this? That sounds great. All right, now go do my errand.
Well, it's you playing with the box.
Yeah.
You need to get all that stuff cleaned up.
Yo, some bloke with red hair stole a Pokemon. I fought the dude. He's kind of...
Is Remmie learning sign language? He's in the perfect position to do that on stream.
I know a little bit. An ex-girlfriend of mine taught me a bit of sign language, and that's about it. Alright, time to combine a few things. Let's see what we got. Alright, let's do and combine him with What does it give me? Alright, it gives me nothing. You hear me? Nothing!
All the dirty words? I have no idea.
This one. This one. Mullimadillo sounds like it would exist. Nope. Nothing combines with anything. It's almost like they made too many monsters and couldn't come up with enough designs for all of them.
I thought there was a thing for things that were...
subtypes with each other? Yes, there were. There's Antling Golem, but there's no Golden Antling. Man. Alright. Man, there's not going to be a Golem Naga and then the same. That's okay.
A group... Here you go. Group ability.
Compatibility. That was with friendliness, I thought.
Oh, maybe it was.
Alright, time to combine it with Buttercup. Combination item? Yeah. Alright, what do we got? Strength Stone? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, why would we do anything else except for maybe Accuracy Stone that we don't have?
Yeah.
We can make Buttercup 2.0.
No.
There we go, Gigabyte. 170 power.
That's a good start.
God, why is our accuracy only 83?
She's a golem.
But we had so much. I feel like
Maybe a golem is not the right answer then.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that way now.
So we still haven't done anything with the armadillo. We still haven't done anything with the Kung Fui.
I'm gonna combine this and this because I want to get rid of them and have more space in my freezer.
We haven't done anything with the. We haven't done anything with the Joker, although whatever. That guy doesn't look that bad. Not great, but not bad.
The problem is we have way better skins.
Yeah. Oh, you just unsplit.
That doesn't work. That's great. Alright, Medillo and Buttercup. Let's see what it gives us. It gives. Alright. So yeah, we can just have a Medillo.
I mean, that seems fine, but the accuracy is also real bad.
Alright. Now I just need to combine things to get rid of them. Because deleting is hard.
Well, I'd like to know what the thing in the box plus Buttercup equal, but we can do that whenever.
Which one?
The top A.
This one with Buttercup?
Yeah.
Gives us nothing. Unless we're making a Wiz Ring, but
I think Wizarding's good, but
Yeah.
the accuracy and the power are both up.
power's not that up.
Some.
It is up some, you are correct. It's better, its power is better than the other guy's accuracy was.
Yeah, and then once you put in the Power Stone,
That's true, I did put in the Power Stone. Well, we can do that. You want a Wiz Ring?
I'm just saying, I don't care. Like, that seems, it's a different monster that we haven't used before.
That's true.
If that's your major criteria, instead of like, I want to play a giant Birdman and kick everything's butt.
I would like us to use a monster that we have not used on stream.
That's fine.
That is my main concern, yes. Like, we've already used the Kung Fui. We've already used the Gaiden. We've already... Like, we might go back and do 3 dudes again because his career ended early. So I'm okay with doing that again. Like, not only that, Megatron himself has gotten a lot of time in the limelight just because he's had 2 subtypes.
I mean, I also feel like if we had 3 dudes and you wanted to try to combine the guy into 3 dudes, you can.
Well, that actually makes sense because 3 dudes are pretty powerful. All things to say.
I forget what they're called.
Probably don't have terrible.
What are they called?
The 3 dudes? Color Pandora. They'd probably be up in C.
Well, I didn't see anything in the C's, so I was looking for... Yeah, see, there's no color Pandora, so I'm looking down here for Pandora.
Yeah, I didn't see it there either. What? That's weird.
Are you sure 3 dudes, that's what 3 dudes are called?
I am 90% sure they're called Pandoras.
Oh, they start with a K.
Koro Pandora. Wait, what? Okay. So...
Alright, so according to this, you can do Pure, you can do a Baku, you can do a Pixie, you can do a Duron, you can do a Naga.
We could do...
Makes a Piranha Nora.
We could have a Piranha Koro. That does exist.
Doesn't look great.
Oh, it does not.
It's mostly accuracy. Well, 5 of 8 of power, 7 of 8 of life, 6 of 8 of accuracy, and 5 of 8 of defense.
I don't think the Naga itself
But its
has...
movement speed is 2 of 6.
Great, it's slow. Right, so we've already had to deal with a lot of really slow monsters.
Yeah, it looks like this thing actually maxes with a lot. Alright, so its attacks are power, an int, a power, an int, a power, an int, a power, and an int. So its big power attack is at 15, and it's a D accuracy with a...
Yeah, but Rocket and Thunderfall are also
S.
both S rank damage. In Thunderfall, you get it 7.
There you go.
Yeah, so we can do 3 dudes.
It's up to you. You pick, and we make a decision, because it's after 2 o'clock, and I'm ready to break my fast.
That's understandable.
That's how
Let's
it
see.
works.
If we have 3 dudes in the book, we'll do 3 dudes.
I think we do. There was one. Yeah, that's right, because he's the clown faces. Oh. Clown face so good.
So, and I wouldn't mind doing like the Whiz Ring, but the Whiz Ring doesn't have a lot of good power moves. He's got it has a hat attack. How do I navigate?
Go back to the top.
I'm trying. It doesn't want to.
As my mouse is janky. Get back up to the top, click Table of Contents.
Ugh.
And then down here. Yeah, my mouse wheel just doesn't like Windows 10 or whatever.
Whiz Ring, spinning around.
There it is.
Let's see, a lot of intelligence as expected. Power growth isn't great, but acceptable. Same with the accuracy. Movement speed's faster than the 3 dudes would be.
By 1.
I mean, it's faster. Alright. Oh, God. Alright. So we start off with a handful of power moves. Pokeren's apparently A-rank damage for some reason. Hat attack is also A-rank damage for some reason. And then everything else is intelligence. So we would only have short range power moves if we were doing this.
I don't know. I think this will be fine.
Yeah.
That, and since you wanted to have an opportunity to do things, you should name that guy 3.
You're not wrong.
Alright, so we need a good name for 3 dudes. And we'll have to look and see what they look like. They should be like little miniature snake men. We'll see.
That sounds like a Medusa kind of thing to me.
No, Medusas are green, which makes them the hottest girls.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah. It's kind of how...
I'm thinking about Medusas here, Remmie. Oh, alright. No. Medusas.
Well, you got me on that one. Clearly we need to play Kid Icarus Uprising.
Oh, I love Medusas so much.
Actually, no, Kid Icarus would be great. I feel like that's the kind of game that like you would write. Not necessarily in plot, but like in dialogue.
All of a sudden you like flick down, I'm like, wow, that guy's stats are great.
Alright.
Like, yes, make that monster.
3 dudes. Plus Buttercup. Let's use a Power Stone. And we create the Piranha Koro. Those are some stats, and I like it.
Okay,
I like that a lot, actually.
there we go. He better look cool.
If it looks stupid, I would be a little upset.
Oh, they look pretty stupid. They're little baby Zerg. You have to call them Zergs.
Alright, Zergs it is. I'm with you. Yep. Give it a
They're
name.
so stupid looking.
Alright, we got some Zergs. Is that how you want it spelled?
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, Zergs.
So dumb.
I mean, they're little fish. They don't have legs.
They're not fish. They're little baby larva things. They have front legs.
They have front legs. They don't have back legs. That's great. I love it. They're fish. They're actual piranhas. I want them to have an attack where they just like swarm around the opponent and eat it. Just like how AC literally ate their brains. I want it. I'm actually surprisingly happy with this.
This is stupid. The right thing.
Alright, and I guess the next...
Let's look at the stats.
Oh, alright, yeah, I'm with you. Let's see.
We look at its attacks that it came with. Came with 4 attacks.
Alright, so we got a beanball.
That's the level 2 one.
We got swing.
That's the level 3 one.
We got rolling.
Level 4 one.
And then we got go, go, go.
That's the level 5 one. So that's not bad.
Rolling is A rank damage, go, go, go is B rank damage, and swing is B rank damage. I like all of these. They all hit hard, but none of them have any accuracy to speak of, except for Beanball, which is C and C. Okay. I'm with you. That's fine.
What are our traits?
We have hard skin, so reduces damage.
We
but it's
got
harder to
none of the
dodge.
traits from our friend.
We got hard skin.
That's balls. Alright, what else do we got?
He likes to fight. He doesn't like playing, and he's passionate.
Oh, that's perfect. Alright. Let's look at it one more time. No, I meant his actual character.
Oh, okay.
So ugly.
I like him.
So ugly.
I like him. I don't like his noses stick out like a sore thumb, and it's fine. There we go. Buttercup's child is Zergs.
Alright, everybody. With that, we're going to get out of here, I think. We got to go. I've got to get some... I don't have to get food in me, but I want to get food in me. So, as always, if you're not already subscribed over on YouTube, please consider going over there and hitting that button for me. I really do appreciate it. I think all of the Monster Ranchers are currently backed up over there, but I can't be 100% sure. Of course, if you'd like to join us with the Discord, there's a Discord link. You can join the community on Discord. That should be a permanent link. I appreciate it if you guys could join us there. We we do keep an eye on the Discord chat. Oftentimes we'll pull people in from voice chat if people want to while we're live. And then, of course, if you'd like to help us out financially, patreon.com/Samus is one of the best ways to do that. Dollar for dollar. 95% of what you give on Patreon ends up in the hands of the patrons. So if you give $1, we'll get 95 cents of that. If you give the $3 tier, we get whatever $3 minus 15 cents is, $2.85. So, alright everybody, with that, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching out. I will be back tonight with some Dungeons & Dragons Online. And yeah, I'll probably continue the power leveling pretty hard. If it's possible, I might be able to play with Tobrel, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be out of the window for us to play together, but we'll see. Alright everybody, with that, we're out of here. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again in a few hours.
Doodles.
Toodles.
Doodles.
Toodles.